It takes 100 to show and double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we can run it back, let's do it again. 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we can run it back, let's do it again. UFC's octagon, pride never dies. Strikeforce slams, WEC's rise. From GSP's reign to Silva's brutal spree. Fight force the home to fight history. Legends collide, blood and sweat inside. Run it back, we're ripping epic fights. It takes 100 to show and double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we can run it back, let's do it again. Show and double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we can run it back, let's do it again. It takes 100 to show and double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, let's do it again. It takes 100 to show and double to win. Run it back, we'll do it again. That's 100 to show, it's double to win. Run it back, we can run it back, let's do it again.
Fight Vault from UFC Fight Pass is on the air. Hey everybody, I'm TJ DeSantis with my new little project that digs deep into the archive that is UFC Fight Pass. We're jumping around all over the place. I must admit, I made a mistake. I was trying to focus on some of the best fights that took place in the current week of the month that we're in. And I use a lot of AI on the show. If you haven't seen already, you'll figure it out. Pay attention. Just pay attention. But one of the fights that I did get, AI told me that it was in September. It was actually in July. We'll get to that later. Where are we going first? Let's jump into the Pride archive. You all know about Cyborg, right? I know what you're thinking. Cyborg never fought in Pride. Correct, but we're thinking about the wrong Cyborg because incorrect. Cyborg did fight in Pride. We're talking about Evangelista Santos, the male Cyborg, the one that kind of had the nickname first and then allowed Chris Cyborg to use it. So, yeah, let's jump into it. Evangelista Cyborg Santos taking on Nishijima, a proved boxer who decided to jump into the MMA ring, and, well, it didn't go so well.
Evangelista Cyborg Santos is 28'5'9", 203 pounds, 0-1 in Pride.
赤コーナー180センチ91キロ西島
Yusuke Nishijima is 32, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, 0-2 in Pride Fighting Championships. Referee goes for the last-minute instructions. Both fighters retreat to their corners. And in just a moment, Final Conflict Absolute 2006 will get underway. Didn't take long for them to throw the leather. Trey gets some great knee strikes from Cyborg. Overwhelming Nishijima in the early going.
Immediately attacked and came out right off the bat, and that's the one thing you have to do with a guy that's better than stand-up, is attack him right away, keep bending the corner.
Forget about nerves in this fight for Cyborg. Immediately attacking Nishijima with the tie clinch. Again, showing some of that shooter box pedigree and really going to town now as Nishijima comes back with a body combination.
Now, if you look, Cyborg's doing a great job.
Wow,
Right down. He's doing a much better job than we have seen him in the past. He's definitely been a lot more aggressive, as he said he was going to be.
Already making a liar out of me. We know that he has limited submission skills, but he'd rather keep the standing. But knowing that Nishijima's background is boxing, doing the very smart thing in taking him to the ground.
Hey, there's no reason to be a hero in a fight. The whole point is to win the fight the best way you can, using smart ring sense. Cyborg got smart. Get it to the ground as quickly as he can.
Cyborg working from the side control. Nishijima expending energy, trying a guillotine, but nothing coming from that attempt except fatigue, perhaps, as now we see Cyborg effortlessly go to full mount.
What he did is he waited for Nishijima to start the bridge, what we call in wrestling. As soon as he planted his feet, he stepped right over the full mount. Excellent execution.
And look at the mount here, Trig. He's got the hooks in, great finding the legs. And
in wrestling, we call that the grapevine when you have both legs wrapped in like that.
Nishijima trying to stay active on the bottom. Again, taking this to the ground. Cyborg now just really smothering Nishijima with his chest. Not doing a lot, though, to improve position or even attack him with the ground and pound here, Trig. Very methodical.
Cyborg's doing excellent work keeping his hips. If you notice, you see how his hips are pinned right down to the ground, right down on top of Nishijima's hips. He's keeping him crushed so he can't move. And of course, Nishijima's really not familiar with the ground game, so he's not trying to get out of there as much as he could be. But this is definitely not a good position he wants to be in.
Do you feel that Cyborg needs to be more aggressive from the mount? This is the optimum position to be on the ground.
When you're in the mount position, you want to kind of wear a guy out, and that's what Cyborg's doing. He's taking his time, being patient. More aggressiveness, I don't think so. Not yet. A little bit later, yeah, definitely.
Well, he definitely is trying to turn it up here now as he systematically takes his shots, now holding
3, 4, 5.
Neck with those hammer fists, raining them down. Nishijima trying desperately to defend. Now he gives up his back.
That worst position, and that's pretty much what you want to do when a guy's not mounted on top of you. You want to punch him or do things to him to make him give you your back.
And you can hear the shooter box corner scream out Mata Leon, which is Portuguese for lion kill, which is of course the rear naked choke, and that's what he's trying to cinch in now.
He's sliding in. If you look at Cyborg's right hand, he's got just gonna get it just a little bit deeper. He needs to get it instead of up to his bicep. There it is.
And he's
got locked in.
Forearm bone, which even adds to the pressure.
He's got a hip. He's got to drop his hip down just a little bit more and sit up.
Cyborg evens his record in Pride Fighting Championships to 1-1.
Nishijima's completely unconscious. He choked him completely out with that rear naked choke. It's completely out. Cyborg did such a great job of getting the rear naked choke slid in that Nishijima didn't have a chance to tap or to defend it. Once he put it in, it automatically stopped completely put him unconscious.
And again, as we saw him slide it in with his hand slid, it used that forearm bone, which just really cut off all the circulation. Nice to see that Nishijima looks like he will be okay, as again, medical crack crew here and Saitama Super Arena immediately attending to his needs as a celebration of the Shooter Box Academy continues to the ring. Cyborg Santos, well, his wife will be happy, Trig. At least he won the fight that he postponed his honeymoon for at 3 minutes and 24 seconds of the opening round with a rear naked choke. Cyborg records the victory at Final Conflict Absolute.
Cyborg did a great job, executed a perfect mount, executed a perfect takedown. He waited, he took his time, banged him out a little bit to set him up to make Nishijima think, hey, we're going to stand on our feet, we're going to stay on our feet. So he threw a bunch of haymakers, really aggressive with his knees, and then transferred it to the ground. He did a great job.
And he totally surprised Nishijima when he went with the double leg takedown. Here we see the early action of those Muay Thai knees.
We roll along in Fight Vault from UFC Fight Pass. Hey, everybody. TJ DeSantis. I got a frog in my throat, I think. That's not AI. That's real. Let's stick with the Pride library. When you think of Pride, who do you think of? Many people come to mind. Mirko Crocop, Minotauro Nogueira. But I think the one that jumps top of mind is the man underneath the mask, Kazushi Sakuraba. Let's go back to 1999. This is the one I was talking about. Happened in July. supposed to happen in September, but whatever. All the way back to Pride 6, he takes on Ebenezer Fontes Braga. You're watching Fightful on UFC Fight Pass.
Braga on the left is not a jiu-jitsu man. He is a luta libre fighter.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for Sakuraba because Braga is a good fighter. Luta libre, he's got good striking abilities and he got a good takedown defense. If everything's going to come out, but Sakuraba just went through all the Brazilians like it's nothing. No, actually against Alan Goyes he had a tough time. But Vitor Belfort, he got Conan Silveira, and every time he brings something new, God knows what he's going to do today. Flying, double jump kick, knee or whatever, he can do it. He's the guy who can do it.
Well, Kazushi Sakuraba faced Vitor Belfort in his last fight in the Pride Fighting Championships number 5, and on paper it looked like Sakuraba was in maybe over his head because Vitor was such a formidable striker, but he took care of that. Here we have a different kind of striker. Vitor was primarily a boxer, a straight puncher. Ebenezer Fontes Braga, really good Muay Thai fighter with kicks and with knees, and very good on the ground with Luta Libre, as we said. Joe Ricardo of Budokan Luta Libre is his trainer, and look how relaxed Ebenezer Fontes Braga is. Fontes Braga has got some significant wins over some great fighters like Jeremy Horn from the United States and Brandon Lee Hinkle of the United States. Defeated both those gentlemen by chokes, triangle, and guillotine choke, respectively. So he does have submissions in his arsenal. And we're going to see his takedown. There's the knee. Throwing that high kick.
Yeah, he's good. He's slick, good striking ability.
He's dangerous, but Sakuraba coming flying right into him.
Yeah, with the high kick.
Sakuraba is giving away about 15 pounds in this fight at 185 to Ebenezer Fontes Braga's 200 pounds. Now you know the knee is going to come from Ebenezer Fontes Braga.
For sure.
Oh, there it is. And that landed.
It landed, man. He's so limber also. He can put it up so high. He should go chop to the body a few times, or like this to the leg, and then to the head again.
I think this is not a good position for Sakuraba. But it's going to be hard because look at that right roundhouse kick. If that would have ended the fight. If that would have landed, that would have ended the fight.
That was a good kick.
Look at that sprawl.
I'm telling you, this guy got reflexes. They're amazing.
He's got skills.
And another knee.
Good right hand by Ebenezer Fontes Braga. Braga patient. Braga explosive. Braga with a great facility for strikes and also a great facility for wrestling. If it goes to the ground, Sakuraba will test his submission ability. Both those left roundhouse kicks didn't do a lot of damage. Ebenezer keeping those arms tucked in close to his body to protect. Now Sakuraba going for that single, and he gets the single leg. Gets the single leg takedown. Sakuraba in Fontes' guard, and Braga going underneath with the right uppercut. Braga going for a triangle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you see now, and this is the coolest part from Sakuraba. He will go for something now. He won't hang there. No, he wants to win this fight. And there's going to be a lot of movement, I can tell you this.
Well, so far, it's been Braga who's done the better work here in this fight.
Looks like he wants to do the jump. Oh, that was so fun.
Now that was great study by Ebenezer Fontes Braga, because he obviously studied Sakuraba and knew he was going to jump. As soon as Sakuraba jumped up trying to clown around before he did something crazy, Braga popped back up.
You know,
now look at that, coming forward with punches. This is where a lot of strikers are afraid right now, boss. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of strikers don't want to come forward because they're afraid of the takedown, but right there, you saw it came forward, then he sprawled immediately.
Yeah, but I'm telling you again, for his weight, the reflexes he has is unbelievable. Like when Sakuraba jumped up and he got up. Okay, you can train on it, but you don't know when it's going to come. You know, it's perfect. Look at this.
But that was a good takedown by Sakuraba. He took that low kick, but he caught the leg, and down goes Braga again.
Yep.
Whoa! He's going for things, and Sakuraba passes his guard. And now watch, can Braga get the guard again? The ropes are definitely a factor. Look at that one rope going down as a choke against Braga's neck. Braga went for an armbar.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to go for a leg lock here. He could go for a knee bar. Sakuraba is, but we don't know.
But Braga gets guard again. Sakuraba almost passes the guard into half guard. Braga has sort of a different style on the ground. A different timing. I think where we've seen Sakuraba almost look like a concerto virtuoso with some of the other fights, because the other people played his game similarly, like Carlos Newton or Vernon Tiger White. I think Braga is presenting Sakuraba with a different set of problems because it's a different flow of his grappling game, and Sakuraba is having a hard time as a result, presently.
Yeah, I think it's also a lot of people who studied jiu-jitsu also, and all these fluent motions. These are better opponents for Sakuraba.
Yeah, because he knows that style, but this is a different kind of grappling. In a way, it's more of a meat and potatoes type. The moves are similar, if not the same, but getting to those moves is different. And we saw Braga, the way he tried to set up the armbar was a different way than. Sakuraba going for the rear naked choke.
Yeah, but he lost one hook.
But he's got the legs. He got the legs like. Back up.
Great fight.
Oh, great fight. And Braga, great defense there against the choke. Look how relaxed. And it looks like Braga would be slow because he's so calm, but then he just explodes and ends up being completely the opposite, and that's fast. Both men trade jabs.
Nice combination there. Body shot, left hook.
Okay, 3 minutes left in this round. Sakuraba shooting for that single leg takedown, and he's almost got a reverse triangle choke on Sakuraba.
He's trying it.
He's going for the reverse triangle.
He's pulling it out. Yeah.
But he didn't quite have it.
This could be dangerous here.
Side mount, but he pops right out.
Very nice. Kick to the head. Look at this. The transitions from Braga are also unbelievable. It's the same with Sakuraba, but Braga goes from escaping to striking. Escape, strike. And then an armbar suddenly he makes, or that triangle. Look at this. Whoa.
Up until now, Ebenezer Fontes Braga has only suffered 2 losses, and one was at the hands of Kevin Randleman from Mark Coleman's gym, the Hammer House, and that was by decision, and another was via Dan Henderson, and that was he got cut, so the doctor stopped the fight. But he's never tapped out. He's never been knocked out in a fight. Oh, good left hand. Right on the kisser by Sakuraba.
Wow, what a beautiful move.
Side mount, Braga pulling back to the guard.
Armbar, oh. Woo. He was going for it.
The point is, Braga is, like Sakuraba, always trying things, always trying to get the other man out of his game. Sakuraba chopping straight down with those strikes. There was a time, boss, where Sakuraba very rarely ever threw a strike, but I think he learned from some of his fights.
Yeah, and also he strikes with power. The punches are short, but look, it is with power.
Oh no! He's got that arm, but it's not straight, boss. It's not straight. And Braga is in a lot of trouble right here, a whole world of trouble. And Braga trying to axe kick, and Braga,
he's got him.
He got him. It was a crooked arm bar, almost a shoulder lock. Braga tried to kick his way out, but no doing. Kazushi Sakuraba, he dealt with a really, really strong opponent in Ebenezer Fontes Braga and got him out of there via an armbar submission.
Hey everybody, it's TJ. Well, it's me in 2004, before I was bald and blind. You're watching Fight Vault from UFC Fight Pass. Do I really lose my hair? Yeah. That's gonna suck.
In the main card opener at UFC 215. All right, here's your tale to tape. Jeremy Stephens, as Joe mentioned, in his fighting prime at 31. Gilbert Melendez, now 35 years old. Melendez, a half-inch taller. Both fighters weighing in at the 146-pound featherweight limit. El Nino will have the 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get to the introductions as we kick off the main card. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, for UFC 215, Nunes versus Shevchenko 2. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 22 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of San Francisco, California, by way of Santa Ana, California, USA, presenting the former WEC lightweight champion and the former 2-time Strikeforce lightweight champion, Gilbert El Nino Melendez. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 25 wins, 14 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, by way of Des Moines, Iowa, USA, presenting the number 8 ranked featherweight contender in the world, Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jaron Valal.
Jaron Valal, our referee for this one. Vanessa Hansen is here. Thank you, Vanessa. Ready to go. 3 rounds if needed here in the UFC's featherweight division. Jeremy Stephens and Gilbert Melendez making his UFC featherweight debut. We've seen a lot of elite lightweights. Anthony Showtime Pettis, Frankie Edgar, Kenny Florian drop down to 145 pounds. Not sure anyone has looked as good on the scale in that first jump down as Gilbert Melendez. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Bud Light Living. Melendez in gray, Jeremy Stephens is in black.
Yeah, Gilbert doesn't look drawn out at all at 145 pounds. And maybe this should have been the weight class for him all along. Strong leg kick to open things up by Jeremy. And if you've never seen Jeremy Stephens fight before, he is all about power.
Yeah,
that is
power,
the word.
power.
In everything. His kicks, his punches, his knees. The high kick knockout of Honey Jason. The uppercut that he knocked out Rafael Dos Anjos with. I mean, he's a killer.
That knee he threw against
Dennis Bermudez.
Oh my goodness. In a crazy fight that he ended with that big knee.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and he landed a bomb. And that's what Jeremy Stephens is capable of doing every minute of the fight. I mean, he never fades. He's got great endurance.
Yes, and that's an important point because he really committed to the cardio and the endurance training when he moved down to featherweight.
Well, I had a conversation with him about it on my podcast, and he talked about long-distance running. And he started doing much more of that to build a strong base of cardio, and he thinks that that's imperative. He thinks that that's something that he was lacking earlier in his career, and now that he has that, he recovers better, and he just has this ability to push a long and continuous hard pace.
You know, you watch Melendez and you watch the Diaz boys, and they don't tend to check as many kicks. And you saw Edson Barbosa really give Gil problems with outside leg kicks. You wonder if Jeremy's going to try to use that. There he is. He's thrown about 4 leg kicks already in this first round. It might benefit him to try that as the fight gets going.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially when Gilbert puts a lot of weight on that front leg and really puts a good bend to it. And he nailed him again right as you said that.
Most guys that are boxers don't tend to check kicks very well. And Gil's a pretty classic wrestler boxer. That leg
swelling
is already
real
looking
bad.
swollen. Yeah.
There's a nice knot on the shin.
He took some massive kicks from Barbosa. I mean, he got blasted, and only being as tough as Gil Melendez is why he was able to stand up through that fight and come on in the third round.
Boy, a lot of guys are going to that low left kick, that low leg kick rather, like right below the knee.
Yeah.
It's such a devastating technique because no one's tough down there.
And the problem is if they check one, you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble if they check one. So you got to be careful when you throw that kick. You got to kind of hide it.
Well, Gilbert right now is hiding a limp because that leg is messed up. I mean, he's got he nailed him there again.
He's going to have to switch stances soon.
Yeah. It's such a knot. It almost looks like it's cracked.
Is that maybe damage from the Barbosa fight because he took so much damage on that leg?
2 minutes here to go in round 1. Melendez spent nearly 1,900 days as the Strikeforce lightweight champion. 2 separate reigns as Strikeforce champ.
Nice right hand by Melendez.
Very nice.
He's got to do more of that. He's going to have to go into the fire with Stephens to get his punches off.
You wonder if he's, oh man, his leg is gone. His leg is gone.
Already.
Yeah, he's in real
It's
trouble.
broken, I think. Joe, you're right. It's messed up really bad. Joe.
Yeah.
Look at that leg.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's just a massive knot or if there's some structural damage there.
He needs to change stances maybe. Or do that. Now he's just going forward and taking the fight to Jeremy.
Man, that leg.
Look at that.
Oh, beautiful right hand. And nice jab, too.
Look at Gilbert Melendez knowing that he's in trouble with the leg. Just going forward. This reminds me of Stipe Miocic and Junior Dos Santos. Dos Santos landed 2 really nice leg kicks and Stipe just kind of went after him. He can't sit back. Gilbert Melendez needs to go forward and keep taking the fight to Jeremy Stephens.
Just next level heart and toughness though. I mean, DC, how do you put that out of your mind and press forward?
It's hard. It's very hard because you know if one more lands, he may have to go back down to the ground.
Right.
The swelling on that leg, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. It looks like there's a rat trying to get out of his knee. I mean, it really does look like a small animal is trapped under his skin. But Gilbert just,
look at that.
Right there. Oh,
again.
Man. Right on the button, Jeremy.
Right on that pole.
Stevens wisely attacks that left leg once again.
He's got to change positions. If he gets back to his feet, he needs to go to try to fight southpaw. It's the only way he will allow himself to stay in this fight.
This is shocking that Jeremy decided to go to the ground with him. I would have thought he would tell him to stand back up. I mean, he could barely stand on that leg. Oh, he nailed him with a big shot there. And let's see what happens when he goes back to his corner. This fight could be over.
This is 2 fights in a row where he's had these issues with the leg.
But this is a big one, though, a real big one. You really think
I'm going to call a time on the break, at the end of the break, to check the leg.
You're taking so much damage, man. You can get kicked, and it just blows up.
At the end of the break,
it's so beat up. You know,
I'm calling time at the end of this break. Time out to check that leg. Okay?
Here's what's happening.
I need a doctor on deck, please.
When you move back, he's kicking your leg. He's jabbing, you're moving back, he's kicking your leg. When you're coming forward, he's just going backwards, he can't kick your leg.
I'm going to have him check the leg at the
So
break.
we got to be way the hell out, or you're going to have to press forward all the way in, okay? Breathe. You got this, bro. You got this.
All right, seconds out, please. Seconds out.
The referee, Jaron Goel, came over to the broadcast table and told us he's going to call the doctor in.
Let's go, let's go.
The water bottle right there.
Hold on, I'm calling time. Wait. Here we go. Time on the break. Time. Right here.
So
Neutral corner. You're waiting right here. Time out right here. Time.
So he decided to do this after
the break.
Yeah. Now he's going to bring the doctor in.
He's in serious pain.
Yeah? Okay. All right, Doc. Good job.
He's in some serious pain.
Right.
But he's too tough to stop.
Here we go.
But if it's just pain, Gilbert Melendez can deal with it.
Yeah. I would play some wrestling out there.
Switching stances.
Smart. No.
Nice response from this knowledgeable Edmonton crowd as Gilbert Melendez tries to trek onward in this fight against Jeremy Stevens.
Look at Gilbert digging in.
Gilbert's trying to listen to the advice of his corner. Either be way out or be all the way in.
Nice jab by Gilbert. If he could lure Jeremy into a brawl and take away those kicks,
that would be his best bet. Because right here's the danger zone. Because here, Jeremy can let off a kick.
Looked like a knee from Melendez, found the target.
Melendez is having a hard time. He's having a hard time even pushing off that left leg to land that knee. You can see the struggle.
This is smart by Melendez. He has to just be going forward.
And look, Jeremy goes after the other leg.
But that's okay, because that's not the power leg. It's not the power leg. You know, you don't want the right leg kicking. You can see Stevens kick so much harder with his right leg.
Nice combination there by Stevens. PC, when you're an orthodox fighter and you're forced to go southpaw, I mean, how much time do you even spend in that southpaw stance in training?
And you don't spend much time there. You know, you don't. I mean, some guys just naturally want to switch, but it's not his preferred stance, obviously. But he can't risk taking too many of these leg kicks.
And Jeremy goes to the inside with his right leg now.
But those are a lot easier to see. Inside kicks are a lot easier than outside kicks to see.
Good hard jab there, gets through for Gilbert.
Look at this little adjustment Melendez has made. He stays southpaw until he gets close enough, and then he'll switch his stance back to conventional. As he gets close and he's out of the kicking range, he'll change his stance.
He's walking Jeremy down here.
Yeah, and landing.
Melendez leaning on that veteran savvy here.
See, there it is. See, switch. Now he's back southpaw. When he gets close, he'll start to try to switch again.
That's a very smart veteran move.
Yeah.
Right here, gentlemen.
Very smart. He hides that right leg.
Let's go.
Until he gets close enough out of the kicking range, and then he'll switch.
That was the shortest time I think I've ever seen a referee give a guy for getting hit in the cup.
Stevens continues to mix it up well here.
There you go. You see, he switched again. Now watch, he's back out to southpaw. Back out to southpaw until he gets close. There it is.
He went to it again. Man.
He got him. He can't take any of those kicks.
Melendez
right southpaw.
Back to his feet. The question is for how long? Crowd trying to keep Gill in this fight.
It's incredible how this game keeps evolving, and that low leg kick is now a primary weapon, and a really devastating one.
It doesn't take many.
You didn't see this technique just 5-6 years ago. It's very rare. Matter of fact, Benson Henderson was one of the first guys I ever saw utilizing in the octagon. Now you see it's pretty much every event.
Yeah. Some swelling underneath the left eye of Jeremy Stephens. Let's now go into the blue corner of Gilbert Melendez.
What's that?
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to
Straight left, yes. Yeah, that straight left.
Smother, make him work.
Keep moving forward, Gil. He's getting tired. Let's go.
You can't kick him when he's been smothered.
Josh Clopton, Nate Diaz.
He didn't like that southpaw either, I don't think.
Catch that kick.
This stance change is making Jeremy work a lot too. Jeremy has not stopped throwing punches and strikes since Gilbert changed position. He just keeps on punching. Look at that. Nice combination.
Oh, beautiful uppercut, and then the hook from Jeremy Stephens. But remarkable that Gilbert Melendez has seen the 10th minute of this fight, given how the early minutes played out.
Jeremy loads up so much on his shots. And right when you say that, he pin pats.
Tries to pin pat, yeah, set him up with some soft punches, because everything can't be power.
Yeah, I mean, and that has been maybe one thing that has held him back in his career, is that he has so much power that he almost relies on it a little bit too much.
The truly elite strikers, though, do change up that tempo. But,
nice uppercut.
Oh, dropped him again with that kick. Oh, man, look at the size of the swelling on that shin now.
And just like he did towards the end of the first round, Jeremy Stephens goes to the canvas here. 10 minutes down.
Just like that.
I'm down, bro.
Hey, you got 5 minutes. No,
Give me the top.
We're good. Hey, you got 5 minutes and that's it. You got 5 minutes. Gil, he's not liking your boxing, brother. He's not liking your boxing, okay?
I want you walking down, but calm down, walking down. He's gonna kick you to the body, right? When he kick you to the body, catch it and run all. What do you have? I want you to take him down. Walk him to you, make him kick you to the body, and catch the kick.
You can do any fucking thing for 5 minutes, okay? You got this shit. Hey, walk forward, box him up. You're standing southpaw. Don't go to tradition. Stay in southpaw. You gotta fucking stay in this. Go.
UFC 215, Nunes versus Shevchenko 2 is brought to you in part by 7-Eleven, your neighborhood store.
Okay, Gilbert.
Joe, pretty good job, I thought, by the corner there, mentally trying to keep Gil's head in this fight.
These fights, you can't defend yourself, all right? I need you to defend yourself, even when you hit the ground. Defend yourself.
Jaron Valel telling Melendez he needs to defend himself before hitting the ground.
I kind of disagree with that, because he is defending himself and he's going down because his leg buckles. I mean, it's what he's doing is a smart tactical maneuver, and he's not staying there. He's getting back up when he's asked to. I mean, we've seen some fights inside the octagon where a guy couldn't get up, where they got leg kicked and the fights were stopped. That's not the case with him.
Once again, trying to do exactly what the corner asked him. Stay southpaw, walk him down. But Jeremy Stephens is fighting a phenomenal fight.
And Jeremy connected with that right hand. And his Thai coach, Johnson Fairtex, was saying, catch the kick, stand southpaw, catch the kick and try to take him down.
Because you know there's no push off the back leg to try to secure a takedown here. A level change would be very difficult for Melendez because of the damage that his leg is taking. So it will take a counter to try to secure a takedown.
Well, Stephens hasn't missed 22 of 22.
But didn't he check like one of those leg kicks?
Yeah, he checked a few of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's doing the counting.
We got to call these guys out, Joe. We can't allow them to do this.
I think that was a very important thing you just did.
Somebody would tell us.
Yeah.
Somebody would tell us.
Yeah. When a leg kick lands and it lands in a spot where it's not intended to land because the guy lifted his leg up, that doesn't count as landing.
Stephens continuing to follow up that uppercut with a left hook. Under 3.5 here to go in this third and final round.
And Jeremy, again, he hit him hard on that right leg now. And you're seeing some swelling on that right calf.
That was one of the better kicks that he's landed on the opposite side.
Boy, if he can take out that right leg as well, and I think he's done some damage to it, it's starting to buckle as well. I mean, it's tough to tell what's buckling because he's just not moving so securely. But look how he walks him down.
Still trying to fight. It's a warrior spirit, man, Gilbert Melendez. And what a performance by Jeremy Stevens.
Tagging with that right hand. Gilbert comes right back.
It's the only way that he can fight him right now. But Jeremy's doing a good job of mixing hard strikes and soft strikes.
173. 173, then an overhead. No, regular. 3-2 now.
Slap 3-2.
Good.
Keep back.
Jeremy Stevens is doing a good job of listening to his coaches too. They yelled through 3-2. He threw the straight right hand. The hook didn't present itself, but he threw the straight right hand. Now, again, that's your lead punch whenever the guy is fighting you southpaw.
Jeremy's fighting an excellent fight. Oh, beautiful. 2 in a row. Oh, man.
How about Melendez?
It's tough as nails.
That even got Stevens' respect.
Look at that. He just clapped for him.
Gilbert Melendez is as tough as they come.
Jeremy again is choosing to try to attack that right leg as well.
It's crazy when you see a guy fighting with that type of heart, how the performance of the other guy almost gets lost. But I want to make sure we give credit to Jeremy Stevens for looking phenomenal tonight. I mean, he looks as good as we've ever seen him.
That's a real good point, because sometimes you cover the guy who's surviving more than you cover the guy who's putting the beating on him.
And how about the output, too? I mean, this guy has thrown almost 250 significant strikes.
And still got this kind of power. Nice knee there by Gilbert. It's that power that he carries deep into the rounds. It's so interesting. I mean, Jeremy really has worked on that endurance, but the power is always there with this kid.
It's a guy who's been on the UFC roster more than 10 years, made his UFC debut on his 21st birthday against Dean Thomas at UFC 71.
Body shots are nasty. They're taking an effect. They're taking an effect on Melendez. You saw him take a back step right after he got hit with those first two a couple of minutes ago.
And he goes high with that shot. Oh,
watch the body here.
That one forced Gilbert Melendez to his back.
You know, surprising that Jeremy doesn't just make him get up, and he nailed him there on the get up. Oh, and down again. Big shots from Stevens. But this gives Gilbert a chance to recover.
Yeah, he's in half guard here. Very easy for Jeremy to go to 3/4 mount here. Just push that leg down, slide the knee right through, thread it.
Stevens continues to apply pressure here down the stretch. Melendez perhaps chasing a moral victory by going the distance on one leg. Outstanding performance for Jeremy Stevens tonight.
That's a big win for him.
Huge.
And you put that up with wins over Dennis Bermudez and Renan Barao.
Huge win.
One of the biggest performances of Stevens' career. And let's get to the fight replay. It is brought to you by Bud Light.
What did he just scream?
Living.
I don't know if we can even say what he just screamed. He said he is a real mother. Those leg kicks were brutal early in the fight. Jeremy Stevens throwing those leg kicks. Must have saw it in the Barbosa fight. Melendez does not check kicks very well. Gilbert essentially fought on one leg, and Jeremy Stevens fought the perfect fight. You see a guy that generally powers up every time. This time he took his time, found his shots, and they were very effective because of it.
Yeah, it was really the first techniques he was throwing within the first couple minutes that were landing and just taking out the shin. I mean, just massive swelling, really hampered the movement. But then on top of it, his work output. You talked about the sheer volume he landed. Very impressive.
And there's Gilbert Melendez, certainly disappointed. He seemed to express to his corner after round two that maybe he didn't have anything left. But as I mentioned at the start of that third round, I thought the corner did a nice job mentally keeping him in the fight. And Melendez somehow digs deep and survives another 5 minutes. Certainly a disappointing return for El Nino tonight. But again, here's a guy whose stock goes up, arguably with the loss given that aforementioned toughness. And there's Jeremy Stephens talking to Joe Rogan. Stephens came over, thanked Sean Shelby for the fight here tonight. He liked this matchup. Stephens wanted to fight a guy who he didn't feel like he'd have to be chasing the whole night. Jeremy Stephens was on point tonight. Let's get to the official decision, brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-25. For the winner, by unanimous decision, Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens.
Hey, congratulations, Ryan!
Oh, that one's hard for me to watch. Jeremy Stephens getting past Gilbert Melendez. Not that I dislike Jeremy Stephens by any means, but Gilbert Melendez, good old Giblert, he's one of my favorites, an old school guy. Unfortunately, clearly on the backside of his career there as he loses to the Little Heathen. All right, we're rolling along here in Fight Vault. I'm TJ DeSantis. You're watching UFC Fight Pass. Appreciate you for doing so. If you haven't yet, subscribe. The little QR code is right there. It's right here, right there. Scan that with your phone. Save some money, get in on the biggest no-brainer in all of combat sports. It is UFC Fight Pass. All right, time now to jump into the king of cringe. Yes, I know. He's still an Olympic gold medalist, and he's still a badass. One Mr. Henry Cejudo here on Fight Vault.
Henry Cejudo, number 2 in the world, 30 years old. Wilson Reis, entrenched at number 5, is 32. Both fighters 5'4" tall. 125 and a hook for Cejudo, 125 on the screws for Reis, who will have a 1-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions, back inside to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 22 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, by way of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the number 5 ranked flyweight contender in the world, Wilson Reis! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 10 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, USA, presenting the 2008 Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling and the number 2 ranked flyweight contender in the world, Henry the Messenger Cejudo! When the action begins, our referee in charge, Jaron Villel.
Jaron Villel back in there for this flyweight matchup here. The beautiful Ariane Celeste is here, getting us started for round 1 of a possible 3 feature bout here in the UFC flyweight division. Henry Cejudo is in the black trunks. Wilson Reis is in gray. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Bud Light Living.
Look at Henry Cejudo with a karate stance. Very interesting.
You know, the last fight against Benavidez, there was some personal beef between them. So it looked like Henry fought and let that carry him. Let's see if he can take that same type of striking approach in this fight against Reis.
I mean, he's got kind of this Conor McGregor style going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, hard hit right to the body. There's some pop to that.
Reis is going to have to get some respect, Joe.
Yeah, really. I mean, Cejudo just landed a hard right kick to the body and the right hand behind it. Very interesting the way he's moving, though. I mean, he's choosing a wide stance.
Right.
And very elusive. Nice inside leg kick, good
nice
right hand.
combination.
Ooh, he hurt him. He hurt Wilson.
He hurt Wilson, yeah. His punches are having an effect on Wilson. Again, he seems a bit faster. He's faster than Wilson.
You know, this is what we talked about. We were talking about a real Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. The kind of athlete that you have to be to do that. You can get great at everything. And you're seeing that here, that same kind of focus. You're seeing a massively improved Henry Cejudo.
This is 2 fights in a row where he's looked better in the stand-up. Wilson Hayes has to do something to change this.
Yeah, he looked better against Benavidez. He looks way better tonight.
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
Oh, straight right.
Nice right hook by Hayes. Hayes landed a nice right hook in that little exchange here.
Hayes is landing if Cejudo stands in front of him in the pocket. But Hayes has more of a hard time closing the distance. He doesn't fight as long.
Cejudo's fighting with a lot of confidence right now.
Cejudo lands nearly 2 times as many significant strikes per minute as Hayes, and he is certainly in pursuit of his first UFC finish here through 2+ minutes.
Well, that style that Cejudo's employing, that stance, is the same sort of stance that Conor liked to use, that we saw Lyoto Machida use a lot in his career, and that allows you to leap in and out.
Watch him. He waits for Hayes to try to close the distance,
nice
and then he goes to his offense. Now he's in the front headlock position, drag him down. He's going to try to get his right knee behind Wilson. Now he's going to take the cradle to get the angle. Now he's got some top control. Wilson's doing a good job of holding his wrist. If Wilson Hayes, while holding his wrist, just get back to his feet, he'll be fine.
He's holding on to him here and landing some good shots and beating him up. The question's going to be, can Wilson do anything to him on the ground that he doesn't expect?
Yeah.
Because on the feet, he's having his way with Wilson. So does he decide to just challenge that ground game of Wilson's and see what's up?
UFC 215 Nunes versus Shevchenko 2 is brought to you by 7-Eleven, your neighborhood store. Under 2 minutes here to go in round 1. Cejudo has found the range early. 29 significant strikes landed already.
Wilson here attempting a single.
Very smart by Wilson to attack a single. You wouldn't expect him to try to take Cejudo down, but he has to change something because Cejudo's having so much success. It got defended, but it will give Henry the idea that takedown may be coming.
Henry, fist close. It's interesting because Henry's not that much taller. Oh, beautiful kick and a left right behind it. Man, Cejudo looks fantastic right now.
Hayes somewhat desperate, pressing forward with his own strikes. Less than a minute to go in the round.
Oh!
Knocked down for Cejudo.
Oh, look at that leg kick.
Man, just mixing it up.
Beautiful. Knee to the body.
He's not allowing Wilson to get a beat on what he's doing. He's mixing up his target. He's throwing kicks. He's throwing punches. Only thing he hasn't done is wrestle, and he's the Olympic champ.
Well, it's been a boxing-heavy attack from Cejudo really throughout his UFC career. He hasn't been a volume takedown artist. No surprise, significant strikes
Right when we said
Cejudo.
that.
Look at that. Quick finish. That was beautiful.
Every time you call somebody on something, they do the opposite, DC. It's like they're listening.
They don't take time. It's not you calling it on a second and all of a sudden it's done. Nostradamus. Nostrogan.
Right clean. Big round for Henry Cejudo. Man, he looked good. And one of the things we were saying is they're similar height, but this style that he's employing allows him to attack from so much further, cover so much more distance. And what I'm really impressed with is how he's being so creative. He's mixing things up. He's throwing a punch, and then behind it's a low kick, and then there's high kicks. I mean, he throws everything. I mean,
No, he
Henry
looks like,
Cejudo,
he looks like
guy.
a seasoned striker in there right now, not the wrestling guy. But I mean, everything's in a combination too.
And like a karate guy.
Ei, você não pode cair no chão desprecavido. Se for acreditar no seu chão, faz você a posição, pô. Tem que acreditar no seu chão, você vai rápido.
Next Saturday, former middleweight champion Luke Bronco returns from an extended layoff against the surging and well-rounded David Branch. UFC Fight Night from Pittsburgh, PA, next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. All right, here we go. Second round. Henry Cejudo and Wilson Reis. Reis in gray. Cejudo, after a dominant first round, is in black.
Now you see Reis fight with some urgency, trying to take the lead. He needs to take the lead. He cannot just try to wait and absorb everything from Henry Cejudo.
He clipped him with the right hook there.
Another knockdown for Cejudo. Henry Cejudo with his first UFC finish.
Wow. That was lightning fast, that right hand.
Like a pistol.
Holy smokes.
And that might have even impressed the UFC flyweight king Demetrius Johnson. Henry Cejudo sending a message to the rest of this division tonight. And a nice show of mutual respect there. DJ says, I'm waiting, bro.
Mighty Mouse gave him the golf clap, too. He gave him the slow golf clap.
Mighty Mouse, calm down, young man. You don't want me to remind you who the king is.
This is exactly the result that Henry Cejudo needed to produce tonight. Let's show you the fight replay brought to you by Bud Light Living.
Let's just take a look at this right hand. I mean, that is a piston. And we're looking at it in slow-mo. If we could, I'd like to see that punch again in real time, because it was just lightning fast. Perfect technique, and he just blasted him with it. We're going to check it out now in real time. Watch this. Oh, come on. Come on, son. That's some speed.
Where's the sports science on that one? My goodness. What's the speed? Henry Cejudo with the right hand. My goodness. This is a wrestler.
I'm telling well.
Better and better every single time.
Fight Pass! What do we want? Fight Pass!
All right, this tail of the tape brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with the fighting spirit since 1925. Zabit Magomedsharipov, 27 years old. Brandon Davis is 28. Zabit, the taller man by a few inches. Both fighters weighing in at 146 pounds. Slightest of reach advantages with the Dagestani Zabit Magomedsharipov. Here now, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 9 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of the Iberville, Mississippi, Brandon Killer B. Davis. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 15 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Zabit Magomedsharipov. The action begins. Our referee in charge, Jacob Montalvo.
Jacob Montalvo, second main card assignment for him. Brittany Palmer with us tonight. Ariane Celeste, Vanessa Hansen in the building as well. And so is Zabit Magomedsharipov. Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with the fighting spirit. Since 1925, Magomedsharipov is in white. Brandon Davis is in black.
Is tonight the night that the buffer fist bump curse takes a dump? I mean, Diego did it earlier, got the victory. Brandon Davis just did it again. Can he go 2-0? Can the bump go 2-0 in one night?
I guess we'll see.
You have overall stats on the buffer.
I'm compiling them, Joe.
And you submit them to your bookie?
Zabit working off the jab here early. So hard to know what's coming. A lot of spinning attacks.
But again, Brandon Davis is a very solid professional fighter, and you're seeing that right away. He's feinting, he's moving, he's switching stances, he's throwing good combinations, he's giving Zabit a lot to think about, and so far Zabit has not timed him.
He hasn't thrown anything yet.
Not much.
Yeah,
he's figuring it out.
Yeah, he's trying to figure it out, almost piecing together what's happening. Crazy thing is, Brandon Davis has been taken out 14 times in 3 UFC fights. Zabit has scored 17 takedowns. So we are all like taken back by his striking, but it's his wrestling too, his ability to mix everything up. that has people excited.
His beautiful trips, too. That's some of the things that are most impressive about him is the way he sets them up. He'll hop in like he's about to do a kick and then complete it with a trip.
Yeah,
There's such a wild skill set.
That was the first thing Davis acknowledged when we sat down with him on Thursday. Also said, though, that he didn't feel like Magomedsharipov jiu-jitsu was phenomenal, so felt like maybe he'd have some advantages there. We'll see. Ooh.
He stung him with that jab.
But these Mississippi guys are not intimidated by these fight atmospheres. You can be sure. Davis, the first UFC fighter this year to make 4 appearances.
And that's a big factor as well, right? Because he's real loose. He's been fighting a lot. And because of that, he's used to the experience. He's in great shape. And he's comfortable being inside the octagon. It looks good so far.
Zabit's almost switches stances on every kick. Watch the kicks. Davis throws a kick. He lands it partially, and then Zabit changes. He's almost changed his stance on his attacks.
Well, he landed a good counter left hook there off the leg kick of Brandon Davis, but that leg kick landed.
And Davis did say he wanted to force a lot of stance switches out of Zabit.
There's that trip attempt, but it failed. He tried to hop in sideways like he's done in the past. He's excellent at that.
And on Thursday, Brandon Davis said, oh, I remember that trip. He said, we actually trained to try to stop it. And in the first attempt, he sure did. He stopped it.
And he looked at him like, I know what you're doing.
He's doing a good job of pressuring him. Yeah, he's doing a good job of pressuring Zabit.
He looks good on his feet, too. Like what he's doing. Oh, stunning left hook.
Got to be careful.
Another left hand lands for Magomedsharipov, but if you're Brandon Davis, you probably take these first 3 minutes.
Well, as we said coming into this fight, he's a giant underdog. No one expects him to win other than maybe his camp.
And he's fighting well.
Fighting
he's landed a lot of kicks.
He looks loose, too. He looks loose. He's throwing a lot of feints. There's a lot of movement. He's giving Zabit a lot to process.
Nice stick on the jab and a right hand from Zabit.
That was a very good right hand by Zabit. Good inside leg kick by Zabit, and then switches stance. You know, constantly switching. And he can fight just as well from either position. Right leg forward or left leg. Look at that. Jump switch kick.
And by the time you get Magomedsharipov out of your mouth, Davis had landed an uppercut moments ago, but now the grappling game.
Out of nowhere. Misses a punch, and Zabit timed it perfectly.
And up right under him.
Yep.
Brandon's doing a good job of pushing those hands down. Get that elbow back inside. You got to find a way to get his elbow back inside.
Under 30 seconds to go in the round. Back elbow landed for Davis. Now he lands.
Davis right back up to his feet, though.
And that takes a lot of energy. If you're Zabit, you got to lift the man. You got to take the man down. You expect some top control. Davis did a good job of getting back up to his feet. It's a big action, but it seems wasted because you don't get to control your opponent.
Look at that. Oh, beautiful left hook to the body.
Entertaining first round between Davis and Magomedsharipov. Tonight's Corner Cam brought to you by Body Armor. Make the switch to Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC.
Round,
Try
brother.
their new UFC flavor, Octagon Orange, exclusively available at 7-Eleven.
Keep that same pace you had in the very beginning, all right? He can't handle you, okay? You stay on that leg, all right? That leg, those low leg kicks are a fucking game changer, all right? You're doing perfect too by switching to that body kick when you switch to southpaw.
Low kicks look good.
Yeah.
Hey, you won that round.
Hey, take some deep breaths when your nose out your mouth.
As soon as he gets close enough to the kick, the clinch, move. Don't let him clinch with you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I like the pressure though on the cage.
Yeah.
Perfect pressure, just moving back. He didn't like it. He was trying to look confident. He didn't like it.
You're looking good, man.
Good job.
Really good.
You know, the language barrier is such that sometimes you don't know if Zabit feels the pressure, right? But if you take him at his word, he doesn't feel the pressure being a minus 1,400 favorite walking in here tonight.
No, he feels like this is where he belongs. He said even though Brandon Davis is a last-minute opponent change, he said he wasn't worried about him at all. But I think after that first round and all those leg kicks he took, You better start to respect Brandon Davis.
And Davis threw another couple of good leg kicks. And Zabit jumps on his back one more time.
Now this up against the fence is where Davis told us he did not want to be.
Uh-oh. Zabit's on his back.
Davis was very confident in his takedown defense in the open. He said that he's only been taken out once in the open by someone in the UFC. So a lot of the takedowns come from by the fence, like you said, Johnny. Right now, Zabit's got his back up against the fence.
And he gets the takedown.
And his ground control is absolutely outstanding. Davis getting warm for interlocking his toes in the fence there.
Davis is, the way he's getting up, he's leaving a lot of space. Like he's pushing off and trying to get up. But he's leaving the opening for Zabit to grab hold of him again.
Said he thought Zabit's wrestling was phenomenal. He just didn't think his jiu-jitsu and his top control was all that impressive. And I think that's why you see him just turning to his knees and trying to get up when he gets taken down and not worry about the submission attempts.
And Davis's first martial art was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Founded Jiu-Jitsu Club when he was a student at Mississippi State University at 20 years old.
Well, this has been a lot of control in this round by Zabit, even if it hasn't been effective in terms of like doing too much damage.
Yes.
And Davis he's got to do something different here. He's got to separate. He's got to make something happen because he's giving this round away. Zabit's got
because he's got him in a 2-on-1 armbar there. So all the weight fell on the shoulder. Davis has got to do a better job of clearing that wrist.
Davis forced to eat a couple left-handed as he makes his way back to his feet. We'll see for how long.
He's got that 2-on-1 there. Davis needs to reach under and use his right hand as like a crowbar to pop it off. He's got to reach under, grab his own wrist, and pop it off, or he's going to be stuck here. Ooh, he's taking some big shots.
Real big right hands here. But Davis back up to his feet. He's got to separate. Now he's got a chance. Separate.
He's going to get thrown here, man. He's got to be careful.
And he's straight.
You hear his corner, watch the throws, watch the throws.
Good kick there, but look at that, good return kick.
Zabit doesn't give you a whole lot of time to reset. Just over 2 minutes here to go round two. There's just such a fluidity, just mixes everything so seamlessly.
Got him with it.
He got him.
And he got his wrist again. Look at that, 2-on-1, reaches across. Now he's trying to get his legs in.
He's got both hooks now. He's got that back mount. And Davis is in a lot of trouble here. And I'm watching the chin.
He's got to attack that hand. If you're Davis, you got to be attacking that hand right now.
Zabit exercising some patience here, softening Davis up.
He's going to shake him off.
This happens again.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's got him in a banana split.
Oh, man. Same arm bar. Or same knee bar, rather.
But this,
look at that.
Davis has
2-in-1 UFC. That is insane. That is insane. We've had one ever in the history of the UFC. 2 in a night.
Just when you thought you have seen it all, twice tonight, Mark Henry lofts Zabit Magomedsharipov in the air. 4-0 in the UFC. 3 of those wins by way of submission for the oncoming featherweight force, Zabit Magomedsharipov.
Incredible. What are the odds?
Minus 1,400.
That is crazy.
All right, let's take
the
a
odds
look.
are way greater that happens.
Right.
2 in a UFC. You got to put a bet on that.
This replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
There's that beautiful trip that he loves. And then once he got him on the ground and got his back, look how he ducks under, grabs a hold of the leg, drops him, and extends that knee bar. That is the less painful version of it. Cody Stamen got the sideways one from Aljo. The sideways one sucks. But this one's not fun either. And the way he got it, he hung in there for a little bit. You see him just trying not to tap. Man. But this is a hamstring ripper, and he just couldn't take it anymore.
He wasn't going anywhere.
Man, so impressive.
Yeah, he was in for the night.
Well, Kenny Robertson did it at UFC 157. He's got to be sitting somewhere in the Midwest thinking, you got to be kidding me.
Yes, for sure.
The official decision brought to you by Metro PCS. Get knockout coverage of the UFC on a network that covers 99% of people in the UFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jacob Montalvo has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 46 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to a knee bar, Zabit Magomedsharipov.
With the winner, Zabit Magomedsharipov. First of all, congratulations on another spectacular victory. It is so insane to see 2 of those knee bars in a night from the back mount. There's only been 1 ever in the history of the UFC. 2 in a night now.
В первую очередь поздравляем тебя с этой замечательной победой. И это было очень удивительно видеть за один вечер 2 одинаковых болевых приема на колено. Что ты скажешь про это?
Спасибо большое за поздравления. Мы с моим тренером, с Рикардо Алмейдой, до этого, когда готовились именно, мы видели, что он спину отдавал, и мы над этим работали. Он говорил, что у меня в грэпплинге проблемы. Я хотел доказать, что у меня везде все хорошо.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, that's the job of my coach, Ricardo Almeida. We've been working on this back in the gym. And my opponent keeps saying that I have a problem with the grapplings, and I just trying to prove him that I don't have any problems with my grappling.
Now, you stepped into this fight on very short notice because your opponent fell out, and it's very difficult to find fighters willing to face you at this point in your career. Is that frustrating to you?
Твой оппонент выбыл на очень коротком уведомлении, и тяжело для тебя найти соперника. Это тебя как-то расстраивает?
Меня вначале расстроило, что уже очень мало времени осталось до турнира, что они не найдут мне замену. Спасибо руководству UFC и моему сопернику, что принял бой. Я надеюсь, я залечу свои травмы. Это спорт, всякое бывает, никто не застрахован от травм.
Well, of course, I was frustrated and I was worried that UFC won't be able to find me an opponent. But I want to say thanks to matchmakers, they found an opponent. I want to say to Brandon that he took this fight. And I hope Yair Rodriguez is going to heal up soon and come back.
Well, we would love to see you again against the top contender. And congratulations on another outstanding victory.
Хотим тебя поздравить и надеемся увидеть тебя как можно быстрее в октагоне.
Thank you. Chad Mendes, let's go!
Chad Mendes, let's go.
Chad Mendes, you heard it. Zabit, ladies and gentlemen, Zabit Magomedsharipov.
And chalk one up for Ricardo Almeida, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tonight. Zabit Magomedsharipov, 16-1. He has won 12 consecutive fights. All right, this Tale of the Tape brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Jessica Andrade, 26 years old. She'll be 27 later this month. Kowalkiewicz is 32. Carolina, the taller woman, by an inch and a half. She will have a 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions for this co-main event. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This bout is sponsored by The Hunt Has Evolved. Meet the Ultimate Fighter, the Predator, in theaters Friday. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 13 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Łódź, Poland, presenting the number 4 ranked strawweight contender in the world, Kowalkiewicz. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 18 wins, 6 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 116 pounds. fighting out of Niterói, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the number 2 ranked strawweight contender in the world, Jessica Andrade. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley, our referee for this one. The beautiful Ariane Celeste getting us started for round 1 of this co-main event tonight. To be contested at 115 pounds, there is the perennial contender in more than one division, Jessica Andrade. The calm, cool, and collected whole Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
She heard her. She heard it quick.
She heard it already. Oh, she heard it back.
A big left from Andrade. Kowalkiewicz forced to retreat.
Andrade reminds me of a young Vanderlei Silva.
Yes.
The style, I mean, just winging punches, nasty power. Oh, she heard her again.
Kowalkiewicz staying composed 30 seconds in. Now she touches Andrade.
Karolina's so tough. Oh, nice jab. Oh, nice right hand by Kevin.
Good knee to the body.
Andrade says her hands feel faster at 115 pounds. Kowalkiewicz can likely attest to that here early. Furious start for the -500 favorite Jessica Andrade.
But it has to be, right? Because Suarez looked so good earlier, you have to come out and make a statement.
Right.
If you're Jessica Andrade or Karolina Kowalkiewicz, you got to look good.
Yeah, if you want a shot at the title, you've got to show somebody something special here tonight.
And the way that Andrade has started, I don't know how anyone could deny it.
She clipped her again.
Yep. Nice uppercut from Kowalkiewicz.
Karolina stands in there and fights, man.
Nice combination, a 1-2 from Andrade. Oh! That durability of Kowalkiewicz being tested early. Another right hand lands for the Brazilian.
What she can't do is back up to the fence, though. She's got to try to stay in the open, because when Andrade corners her, she lets everything fly.
She needs more of this movement.
Yep.
And keep with that jab. She's had some success sticking that jab out there and then...
We've never seen Jessica Andrade!
Whoa!
You gotta be kidding me. Karolina Kowalkiewicz out cold. Wow. Jessica Andrade with a performance for the ages tonight. That's one for the real, DC.
I'm not sure, honestly. I've watched since the ladies have been fighting mixed martial arts. I don't think I've seen maybe one punch knockout.
Right.
That is crazy. That was one big hook that put her out.
That was
so
incredible.
powerful.
With respect to Holly Holm and the rest, you might have just seen the most impressive knockout in UFC women's history. This replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
I think Holly Holm over Ronda Rousey was more impressive, but not with one punch. There's something about that.
That's all, yeah.
Something about that one punch. I mean, that just snapped the neck back like a
look
car
at that,
accident.
man. But that's because she's got her so scared. Karolina's eyes are closed. She doesn't even see that thing at all. It's the ones you don't see that puts you out. She didn't see that right hand, man.
MMA fans wanted a dream match, and Braga doesn't get any better than Crocop versus Silva.
Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. To get to Crocop, you have to be aggressive. Oh my gosh. This definitely, we saw Crocop standing in the corner. He is completely pissed off about this fight. He is not happy at all.
Nice middle kick by Crocop and a good left hand as well as there's Silva. The one thing on Silva is his wild striking. Crocop, the southpaw, can come back with that straight left like that.
Crocop's doing an incredible job of getting out of the way of all the punches. This is what I was talking about, the man that controls the ground and pound.
And he definitely raining down a series of hammer fists on Vanderlei Silva. The crowd at Saitama is going crazy. So now let's see. Surprisingly, Crocop said in an interview that he felt that he and Silva were equal on the ground. Silva's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Crocop, of course, is trained by world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion Fabricio Verdun.
Now remember, when we talk about a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, that's with a gi on. This is an MMA fight. We all know that Vanderlei is great on the ground, but it's about being in no gi, be able to punch and kick. As I say that,
nice up kick. He was maneuvering for the armbar, and they are back on their feet. Were you surprised that Crocop was able to take Silva down so early?
No, because the way he does his wild punching, you can see Silva's got... Oh, no! He got dropped! He got dropped! Straight left hand put him right through the canvas.
We just talked about it. Silva's unorthodox striking techniques, the wide punches, and Crocop tagged him with a straight left.
You can see that Silva's right eye is starting to swell up, and that's from the left hand that he hit earlier before he put him down.
One thing about Silva, an amazing ability to recover rapidly when hurt in a fight. He'll have to really recover here if he wants to win this fight.
I like the way Crocop's being patient on top. He's not trying to burn himself out. He's picking his punches, he's picking his position.
Crocop, the only man in the tournament to have faced, or the Final Four to have faced the other competitors. 2 wins against Josh Barnett, a loss to Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, and a draw, of course, with Vanderlei Silva at Pride 20. Also the only semifinalist not to have held a major title. Look at that eye, Trig.
I'm telling you right now, you do not, if I'm Vanderlei, I do not want to have this back on my feet. I want to keep this on the ground as much as I can, but Vanderlei's got to get on top.
Victim of that devastating straight left from the southpaw.
And when you're a southpaw fighter, as I am, and this is why, one of the reasons why I really do like Crocop, is the fact that he throws straight left-hand punches. If you can sneak a straight left hand in there, you can do a lot of devastating damage to your opponents. It makes it very simple. It looks, now mind you, I'm not in the corner. I can't necessarily, read his lips either, but it looks like to me that he's really...
The body language.
Yeah, we really got to start this fight again. He's bleeding. There we go.
But again, vision is paramount, is everything. Mirko Crocop now walking over. And of course, Crocop now is telling the referee we're going to start from the same position, right? Well, you know who is the more popular of the two fighters. Vanderlei Silva getting an incredible reaction from the crowd. And Mirko Crocop, though, continues. And look at Silva now. You see the desperation, Trig. Wildly striking from the bottom.
He's got to use his legs a little bit more. He's not using his legs on Crocop. See, he's just kind of limply have his legs wrapped around Crocop's body. He's got to use them to his advantage. If he brings his legs high like he's trying to do right now, he'll tie Crocop's arms up so he can't swing back.
Crocop, of course, trying to control from the guard there. Silva, again, very active on the bottom, trying to maneuver for a possible armbar again, trying to grip the wrists of Crocop. What does Crocop have to do here, though, Trig, as Silva right now fighting for his life in this tournament?
Right now, what Crocop's doing is head down. It's not a great striking position, and we all know that Crocop's a great striker. He needs to posture up, sit up, get position, get distance between him and Vanderlei so he can throw the straight left, straight down to the body, straight down to the head.
Being in this position and restarting from this position, doesn't it, in a sense, help Silva a bit recover? Because right now we're seeing Crocop not able to continue to exploit that injury over the right eye.
If I were Crocop, I would have hoped for this thing to start back up on my feet. And, I'm a little bit, and I've been known to be a little bit of an aggressive fighter. And right now, if I'm Crocop, I'm throwing to the right eye, and I'm trying to close it up, like you said. The longer this fight goes on, the better it is for Crocop because the eye's going to swell up a lot more. They got a lot more close. So, in Crocop's position, he doesn't need to go crazy trying to stop this fight.
There was a
but
hammer
Vanderlei
fist.
needs to, for sure. He needs to get up and get after it.
Now in the open guard there. Now back to a closed guard, but Silva in a world of trouble here thanks to an early sublime straight left. You see the evidence of that left on the screen there. The right eye of Vanderlei Silva. Mirko Crocop trying to pepper him with hammer fists, but Silva really right now just wants to keep Crocop close to him. It's not like he's totally defensive right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He talked about his recovery time earlier. He's completely recovered right now, but it's just smart for him. For him to be in this position, it makes a lot of sense for him to stay here. Not going to take much more damage. You can do a little peppering shots to Crocop as he's on his back.
This is similar to how we saw Silva in the Pride middleweight tournament when he was in the battle against Ricardo Arona, and that's what Arona was able to do, to control him from that position and, of course, give him his first loss in over 5 years in the middleweight division. But now Mirko Crocop definitely doing damage to Vanderlei Silva. We talked about him being defensive. He's now been issued one of those yellow cards, which means a 10% deduction to his purse, and, of course, 3 yellow cards means a disqualification. Another nice middle kick delivered by Crocop.
He's doing a much better job. Crocop's elbows are starting to come up a little bit. His shoulders starting to get tight to his neck. It looks like he's getting a little tired.
And unfortunately, the desperation that Silva feels, you can see it in his punches, getting wilder and wilder with those looping lefts and rights. He needs to settle down, rethink his game plan against one of the best strikers in the business in Mirko Crocop. We have passed the midway point of round one. Nice by Silva.
Oh my gosh. Wow, it's great to see how Crocop's backing out. Oh, nice middle kick. We're already starting to see the redness on Vanderlei's right side of his hip.
Crocop!
Oh no!
We told you the left high kick has sent many opponents to the MMA mausoleum. Add Vanderlei Silva to the list. Mirko Crocop. Let's take a look one more time at one of the most shocking KOs in Pride history.
He set it up tremendously by throwing a right jab. He finally, I've said this before, and I've taken a lot of flack from you, Mauro. These guys got to throw a lot more jabs. He threw a jab early, took a half step back, took a half step forward, and threw that leg kick and caught Vanderlei.
It is right leg hospital, left leg cemetery. Mirko Crocop getting it done over Vanderlei Silva in the Pride Final Conflict Absolute Tournament finale. Man, it didn't even look like he connected flush. It was like a glancing blow off the top of his head. But that spelled the end for many people's nights when that kick was coming from Mirko Crocop. All right, up next, we're going to take a look at one of the other greatest of all times. It is Amanda Nunes taking on Valentina Shevchenko for the second time. And watching this fight back is a lot closer than I remember for whatever reason. Tell me what you think. It's Nunes, Shevchenko 2. It's Fightful on UFC Fight Pass.
See who leads Edmonton as the UFC's undisputed women's bantamweight champion. Here's your tale to take. Both fighters 29 years old. Nunes the taller body by 3 inches. Shevchenko coming in a pound and a half below the 135-pound championship limit. A reach advantage slight for Amanda Nunes. All right, now for the official introductions for the main event. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Edmonton Combative Sports Commission. Director Pat Reed, Manager in charge David Aiken. Our 3 judges scoring this contest are Sally Amato, Tony Weeks, and Dave Darian. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is John McCarthy. This bout is sponsored by Budweiser Living and Kingsman, the Golden Circle. On September 22nd, the Kingsmen are back, and it's time to save the world in Kingsman, the Golden Circle, only in theaters and IMAX. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 14 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighed in at 133 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Lima, Peru, by way of Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, presenting the #1 ranked bantamweight contender in the world, the challenger, Valentina Bullet Shevchenko! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a a striker, holding a professional record, 14 wins, 4 losses. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, USA, by way of Bahia, Brazil, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda, the Lioness Nunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rules are back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to stop, I want to stop all offensive actions. I want you to fight hard, but fight clean. If you want to touch your gloves, touch them down. Good luck to both of you.
It is certainly one of the most anticipated championship fights of 2017, and it is upon us. Valentina Shevchenko trying to become the first Kazakhstan-born fighter to realize a UFC title and take the belt away from the incumbent, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
All right, here we go. You ready? You ready? Skill!
And with that touch of gloves, we are underway. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Bud Light Living. Shevchenko coming out southpaw in red. Amanda Nunes out of the orthodox stances in black.
How does Amanda approach the beginning of this fight, knowing that Shevchenko's tough, and Shevchenko's going to try to stay within the fight and withstand that initial storm? It looks like she's going to take a little bit slower approach than she did even in the in the Ronda and the Tate fight.
I think that's a good move, first of all, because Shevchenko's far more technical as a striker, and she's very difficult to hit clean. You can't just uncork on her. You can't just unload bomb after bomb. She's not going to be there for that. She's going to make adjustments. She's also a very good counter striker. We really saw that in the Holly Holm fight. Excellent control of distance, and she's fantastic from that southpaw position, utilizing that check right hook and that switch kick off the right leg. You see that? She'll slide back and pop that short little right hook in there.
What makes Amanda special is that ability to overwhelm people, though. She doesn't want to play the tit-for-tat game because that's what Shevchenko's good at.
That's a very good point. And then trying to conserve herself, she might take away her biggest weapon, which is explosion. No one hits harder in this division than her. No. Nobody ever.
Well, Shevchenko handled Nunes' withdrawal at UFC 213 about as well as she could. She said she took a week off and got right back to it. Feels like she's even more prepared coming in here tonight.
Yeah, her Instagram page is all just guns. Just bullets and explosions and her punching things. She's a scary woman. Look at the build on Amanda. She's so wide and long. And that's one of the more unusual things about like the way she can attack from so far out with punches.
People always talk about Amanda's power, but Amanda is very, very fast.
Yes.
And big for this weight class.
Big for the weight class, fast, and the length of the way she throws those punches, she catches you on the snap, like right at the very end of it.
You are eating 100% of her power when she lands big shots.
And a lot of people see Shevchenko as a potential flyweight going down moving forward. Nunes has talked a lot about going up to 45. So
Shevchenko, it does have a smaller frame than Amanda Nunes.
Well, as you said, she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the strawweight champion, in Muay Thai fights. That's a girl.
Amanda's doing a much better job of trying to conserve energy while still scoring points. Shevchenko still seems to be dealing with a little bit of the nerves as Amanda's kind of comfortable in this situation.
Shevchenko, a counter striker last July, went the full 25 minutes in a win over Holly Holm. As DC mentioned, 3 straight main events for Bullet Shevchenko.
Amanda's doing a great job with distance, and she's landed some good leg kicks, particularly a nice inside low kick, and there's another outside one there. And staying on the outside and not allowing Valentina to close the distance.
Well, immediately following the main event, we've got a recap of all of tonight's action on the FS1 UFC 215 post-fight show. You can see it on FS2. It also streams live on Fox Sports Go.
There it is again. That inside leg kick is finding a home for Amanda Nunes.
Yep. And where she struggled last time was in the third round. Shevchenko was able to take her down. And that is where she really struggled. But on the feet, she did a good job. And right now, she is doing a very good job of fighting at her range and really keeping Shevchenko guessing. Shevchenko hasn't figured it out yet, so she hasn't been able to get her offense going as you would usually see her doing at the beginning of her other fights.
And that was a good kick to the body that landed clean for Amanda. Valentina likes to get her head off the center line through that high kick and throw that checked right hook.
She's waiting to counter. You can see it.
Yeah.
Every time Amanda starts to come forward, look at that.
There it is.
You see her waiting to counter.
Ooh, kick to the body. She catches it and she eats a shot. She ate a hard shot while she was holding onto that leg. And remember, Amanda's shots, they're not like anybody else's in this division.
The guys in the gym say Amanda spars with them. And they don't hold back. They're going hard with Amanda Nunes, and she's holding her own, if not beating a lot of the guys. And guys that fight in the UFC.
Final seconds here of this first round. Shevchenko doubling up on the jab to no avail.
Very nice. Oh, and she tagged her. Very nice opening round for the champion.
Yes.
Надо ставить на место его.
Какой? Есть?
Ready?
Капа. Алло, аккуратно, аккуратно, аккуратно. Поняла, да?
Careful, careful, careful.
Смотри, в какой момент что делать. Ясно, да?
In this moment,
Внимательно
you
это
know what to
смотри.
do.
За правой рукой ее смотри. Апперкоты опасайся. Понятно, да?
Watch the right hand.
Утомляй, но работай. Работай, надо выигрывать. Понятно, да? Переигрывай. Это очень важно.
It's very important.
Looked like Valentina Shevchenko and her coaches were looking at that left hand, not like a finger injury is going to hold bullet Shevchenko back, but potentially something that bears watching here moving forward.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if it was an adjustment of the glove or an actual injury of the hand. And I was hoping that the translators could shed some light on that.
But after the first round, if you're Team Shevchenko, and your hope is that she will tire Amanda, meaning later in the fight, that is not the pace that is going to make her exhaust herself.
That's what I want.
Amanda's comfortable there. She can do that all day. Valentina will need to pick up the output if she's planning on Amanda tiring as this fight goes on.
Yeah, it's a very important point. She's done a much better job of pacing herself. And again, I think a lot of that's got to go to credit to American Top Team, the coaches that she's been working with, and her conditioning program, and just understanding the shortcomings of her, some of the past performances and where she went wrong.
And of course, this fight's scheduled for 25 minutes, so it's a different pacing exercise than that 15-minute fight back in March of 2016. 1 minute gone by here in round 2 of a possible 5.
Amanda is just constantly touching her, kicking her legs, touching part of the jab, even though she's not landing, she's just keeping something constantly in Valentina's face.
Watch your fingers.
Nice Superman punch by Valentina. Superwoman punch.
There you go. Amanda Nunes has already been warned once by Big John McCarthy to not put that hand forward with fingers extended. That is a violation under the new unified rules. No love lost between these two women, but a lot of mutual respect.
Nice combination by Shevchenko.
Yeah, again, that Superwoman punch and the right hook behind it. I don't think I'm going to say that anymore. Doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. It's hard. Not easy to say.
She caught her with her right hand again on the break. Valentina landing
much better this time.
Much better, yeah.
Amanda has to get back to the output. Just a constant movement, constant punches, constant kicks. Right now she's feinting and posturing more than she's actually throwing. It's like the roles have been reversed this round.
Yeah.
Shevchenko attempted just one takedown in the first fight with Nunes, landed it. She has yet to attempt one, at least officially tonight. Total strikes pretty even thus far.
Another thing could be that Valentina knew that Amanda was going to come out strong, and so she decided to have a very limited output in the first round. And let's see if she picks up the pace headed into the second and third now. She's obviously doing better now than the first round, but will she accelerate?
This is where Amanda needs to let her hands go. When she gets her with her back to the side of the octagon, where she can close the distance, because Valentina's very slippery. She's very elusive, so it's hard to get damage on her, like you said at the beginning of the fight, Joe. You're not going to hit her clean. So when you get her against the side of the octagon, you got to really let your stuff go.
Nunes doing a nice job defensively, maintaining her distance.
But again, this round she has not thrown many strikes at all.
Well, Valentina's definitely got to think.
One minute now to go in this second round. Shevchenko just out of range with that counter left hand. Stiff jab is good for Nunes.
Amanda's hesitating much more, and the only thing that makes sense to me is that she got stung.
Yeah. Valentina must have gained some respect in there somewhere. Amanda has to allow her hands to go more kicks, more activity.
Close the hand.
Second warning from John McCarthy for Amanda Nunes to close that lead hand.
And Valentina's starting to get more loose. Look at that. She's getting more loose as Amanda's starting to be a little more tight in there in terms of her striking skill.
Wow.
Look at that.
Nice. Excellent combination. And Amanda with a kick to the body.
Nice body kick, yeah.
Now we're getting going. 10 minutes in the books.
Okay, need it close. Keep on reaching more and more with them straight out, okay?
Inspirando.
Breathe. You're doing great.
Listen up, she's watching. She's watching your movement. You're quicker if you move your feet faster. Don't stand in front of her. Move forward and backwards, Amanda. Don't move only forward. Move backwards and forward so you can feint.
Больше четко попадай, неважно, на прыжки, бэкфист, все что угодно. Следи за правой рукой, понятно? Держи дистанцию и переигрывай. И будь внимательна, что в какой-то момент она может пойти. В какой-то момент она может просто на тебя побежать, понятно, да?
Aggressively against you, so just be careful.
Следи, чтобы в ноги не пошла.
Be very careful so she doesn't grab your legs.
Saturday, October 7th, the Octagon returns to Vegas. In the main event, El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson finally getting a shot at UFC gold as he faces the also dangerous Motown phenom Kevin Lee for the UFC interim lightweight title. UFC 216, October 7th, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. It is only on pay-per-view. DC, you heard the corners. Any major takeaway on either side? Nunes corner calling for her to back up in addition to moving forward with her strikes.
Yeah, they're telling her that the pressure can't just be forward. She needs to mix it up. She needs to make Shevchenko chase her a little bit. She doesn't always have to be the predator. She has to set her own traps. It's very difficult to attack Shevchenko because she's such a good counter striker and she can do so many different things. She can counter with kicks and punches.
Yeah, and she's so good with that right check hook. I mean, when you're in those exchanges and there's any momentary lapse of movement or anything, she just uncorks that shot. And then she'll end up.
These are the punches that Amanda would land against Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey, where she lunges in, and Shevchenko's dipping out of the way, drawing her into a clinch and trying to punch on the exit. So it's hard for Amanda to really find her distance for her power shots. She's landed some kicks and some jabs, but it's very difficult to find her right hand right now.
She's done some very good work with that push kick to the midsection of Shevchenko, who punctuates that combination with a low kick nicely.
Well, you see her belly getting red. Shevchenko's belly's red from those nice push kicks that Nunes is doing. And her leg's bleeding. Because from one of the kicks, Shevchenko's leg is actually bleeding on the front.
Shevchenko is having some real good success with that right low kick, that switch kick off the lead leg. She's landed it a couple of times hard on Nunes' left thigh.
Nice jab by Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, she really's got a lot of extension on her jabs. See how she gets her head out of the way and counters with that left over the top? Beautiful. That's the striking pedigree.
That right hand that Nunes just threw is a lot closer than the other ones, though.
Well, when Shevchenko tries to clinch, Nunes having none of it. Midpoint of round 3.
Oh, she landed that one.
Yes, she's getting closer.
Leg kicks landed, slight advantage to the champion Amanda Nunes.
And she's not fading.
Her cardio is holding up very well right now. But again, she's done no grappling. She's had to do no grappling, no clinching. So it's been a straight kickboxing fight.
Yeah, and this is much more tactical and technical than it is a ferocious, crazy barn burner.
Well, she wanted to prove a point when it comes to her stamina tonight, too.
Oh, big telegraph there.
You would think, though, if you're training Shevchenko, you got to go into the fire to try to wear on that gas tank. You got to try to empty it, because if not, Amanda Nunes is as good a technical striker as anyone.
The problem is when you go into the fire, you could wake up with a flashlight in your face.
Yeah, you can. You can, but the fight's still very competitive. You know, we don't know how these judges are scoring these rounds.
Very good point. I mean, you got to think that Amanda Nunes is pressuring the action. There's a nice high kick. And I like how she faked low first. Almost a little stutter there. Landed that shot and slid away from the counter. That's a big factor, is her use of distance and those crazy long arms and wide shoulders of hers. Good head movement there.
Yep.
Shevchenko telegraphed that left hand. She doesn't generally do that. Everything usually flows really well. That time she telegraphed it a little bit.
Well, Shevchenko grabbed her fingers when she went back to the corner. The truck is isolated. What happened to her hand? She got punched on the tip of the finger, and her finger bent back, and she immediately grabbed it 53 seconds into the round. Oh, he's going to take a point away from her.
Close it. All right. Okay, another warning.
Well, one more warning, and Big John could very well take a point away from her from this.
He told her as the round was going on, she started to do it more and more.
Yeah, he's told her every round. Wow, that's a nice inside leg kick. Nice counter left hand. And Amanda shook her head for the first time, like, you didn't get me, which means...
You probably got it.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Why do people do that when it's like the oldest tale in the book? Yeah. It's like playing poker going, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing, Joe.
So Amanda Nunes will hit a 4th round for the first time in her UFC career.
Right. Нормально, но надо еще больше,
Everything's good, but you have to throw more. Even more movement.
Поняла меня, да?
You understand?
Еще больше нужно.
Even more.
Аля, в этом раунде она попрет.
То есть не давай ей выиграть.
Don't let her win.
Ты должна переигрывать, ты должна
You have
показывать,
to
что
win. You have
ты
to be on
выигрываешь.
top.
Поняла
You
меня,
have
да?
to
Эти
show
два
that
раунда
you're on
нужно
top.
забрать,
You
во
have to
что
show
бы
that
то
you
ни
win.
стало. Понятно, да?
You understand?
Поняла меня, да? Смотри.
Okay, watch it.
You're doing great. Not much better now. Moving back and forth. Don't bite into the traps. Don't bite into the trap. There you go. Move back and forward. Censor traps. Don't start. You don't have to stalk her all the time, Amanda. Fight intelligently. Fight intelligently. Be intelligent. So Amanda Nunes pretty excited. She feels this good, I guess, hitting the championship rounds.
Yeah, and she should. I mean, her cardio looks phenomenal. You know, after that third round, another close competitive round, that may be the first time she's won a third round in her entire career.
Get on, come on.
She feels like she's built it.
Fourth round of a possible 5. Amanda Nunes, the champion in the black with gold. Valentina Shevchenko, the #1 contender in red.
Both corners seem pretty happy with what they're seeing. Valentina's corner just said, we need you to do more. More activity.
Amanda looks very angry coming in here. She looks way more aggressive.
She's in range. Somebody's got to let their hands go here.
Nice kick.
Those kicks, those front kicks are really working.
Beautiful counter right.
Yeah, that counter's got some pop to it.
She's carrying that power real late into the fight.
She looks real confident here, the way she's smiling, but see that little hesitation there? Valentina capitalizes on it.
Nunes has done a pretty decent job beating up that lead leg of Shevchenko.
Oh! Shevchenko cracked her.
Nunes continues to be in perpetual forward motion. Amazing how similar the numbers are to this point of the fight. Slight edge in terms of lands for Amanda Nunes, 60 to 51.
Well, the edge is in the power. That's something that, you know, you can't obviously measure. Oh, beautiful leg kick by Valentina.
She does a really good job of throwing something with her left and then throwing that right kick behind it. I'm very impressed with Amanda Nunes and her cardio tonight. There were times where she would get to the third round and it looked like they were going to have to carry her out of there. Tonight, she seems to be carrying her pace late to the fight with no problem. Good counter by Shevchenko.
Very good counter. There's that front kick to the body again.
Well, so much has been made of that third round in this previous meeting. Maybe too much made of it, right? I mean, Nunes fought Rousey and Tate in the 2 fights thereafter. Got them both out of there in the first round. Didn't have a chance to prove that she had shored that up.
Well, she got tagged again. Nice knee to the body. And now she's coming back. Let's see if she runs into a trap, though. She gets emotional when she gets hit, and she looks to get it back.
There's a difference in this fight and the first one, though. In the first one, Amanda went and took Valentina down in the second round, and in the third round, Valentina took her down, so they did a lot more grappling.
Well, that could be a big factor in the cardio as well, right?
Yeah.
There's no grappling going on
here. No grappling. Shevchenko's having a good round again.
Under 2 minutes here in this 4th round of this UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. You see some of the damage on that lead leg of Amanda Nunes as well, inside and out.
Amanda's starting to load up now, and she's looking a little bit frustrated by the counter shots. She's having good success, though, with that front leg side kick to the thigh.
Yep, and the push kick to the body. That up kick almost. Those have been her 2 best weapons this entire fight. That front kick to the thigh, and then the body kick that she's doing. Everything else has seemed to fall a little bit short. She did it again with the hands.
Yeah, it's just so instinctive.
Ooh.
And Valentina's aiming for the center of her chest. Amanda's sliding her head back, and instead Valentina just going to the body.
Under a minute now to go in this 4th round.
The real problem is no one is decisively winning these rounds.
Any round. It's like the Durandamy home fight where we were sitting there watching going, I don't know which round goes to which person.
Yeah.
They're all just so close.
Without the cheap shots.
Without the punches after the whistle.
And with a little more action, I would say, as well. 30 seconds now to go in the round.
Well, you got to remember that Holly Holm, she blasted Jermaine with a high kick. She hit her with that question mark kick and dropped her, and also dropped her with a straight left hand. So no one's been dropped in this fight. No one's been really cracked and stunned, but they've landed good, significant shots.
Yeah.
But Valentina's swinging for the fences right here.
Having a good round. Valentina's having a really good fourth round.
Yeah,
and she does a phenomenal job of countering.
Amanda's loading up a little bit. You saw her with that right hand.
And Valentina just dipped under it through the counter.
Yeah, I think that was Valentina's round.
You see Amanda miss that, yes.
Boom, look at that. Catches it with that left, and then a right. And then that kick at the end of it, and then slides away from the counter. And here's a nice knee to the body. Well, sort of the body. It's a part of the body.
Não quero que você insegura, quero que você faça.
I want you to think about it. I want you to act on it and do it. Don't just listen to me. Do it, act on it. Move backwards and forward, set your traps. Don't only move forward, she's sucking you in. There's your fight to win, Amanda. You're a champion.
Eu não quero embolo, quero você estando.
Смотри, за рукой за задней смотри.
Watch for the right hand. You understand?
Не отдай ноги, не отдай, чтобы она
Don't give her the legs.
Понятно, да?
Don't tell her.
So
Don't let her throw you.
UFC 192, you're sitting on the stool after 4 rounds with Alexander Gustafsson. You think you have the lead, but you're not sure. How do these women approach this final round? John McCarthy telling him to get after it. I mean, how do you approach this final fight?
You gotta just go. You have to just let it all hang out.
Amanda Nunes just said something to Valentina when Big John brought them together. She pointed to her and said something, and I wish I could have heard it. But Big John was saying 5th round, go after it. And Amanda said something to Valentina. Oh, I think she said she was going to try to do that. Oh, here we go.
Now we're going.
This is angry Amanda.
Yes, and now for a conditioned Amanda Nunes, she can really start to let it go. This is the final frame.
Yeah, she can really let everything go now. She can fight with all the power and aggressiveness that she carries.
I'd like her to throw more of those right kicks to the body, though.
Or maybe take one around. You know, all these kicks have been right up the middle. Maybe blast one.
Right.
A roundhouse body kick. Change it up a little bit on Valentina. She's too good a striker to throw the same exact strike at her over and over again. Both of them are. I mean, this is the highest level of mixed martial arts, and that's why the fight is competitive and sometimes looks like this, because you are watching a very high level of fighting.
Yeah, you're watching two of the very best women in the world cancel each other out in some way.
But this is the type of fight that we appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
The fights that you watch, when you see the technical prowess of both of these women.
Well, especially someone like you who knows what's happening here.
You see the traps getting set by Valentina. You see Amanda trying to figure out the puzzle. You know, you're getting some moves, and I think that comes from people not truly understanding what they are watching.
Plus they're drunk.
Yeah.
They just want to see chaos. And right now what we're seeing is a technical chess match between two of the very best in the world.
Shot from Nunes.
First takedown attempt in the 5th round by Amanda Nunes.
And she shot 6 times in the first meeting against just 1 for Shevchenko.
Are they chanting "Let's go Oilers"?
I think so. I think they may be chanting "Let's go Oilers."
These crazy Canadians.
Underhook here for Amanda Nunes in the clinch.
Very smart by Amanda to change something. Change down to the double. She did really well in the grappling last time against Shevchenko.
How strong she is.
She had her hands locked there, weren't exactly sure what to do, and now she's exerting a lot of energy. Shevchenko needs to dig an underhook with her left arm to try to change his position, and Amanda gave it up.
So we get some separation once again, just over 2 minutes to go in this 5th and final round.
Good inside kick there by Valentina. I would not want to be a judge.
No.
For this fight in particular, this is a hard fight to score.
Somebody's going to be very upset.
Nice knee to the body by Valentina.
Because both teams can feel like they've done enough to win this fight.
Right.
And those are the ones where you don't envy the judges when they break through. Big mistake by Shevchenko.
Huge
She
mistake.
not have tried that headlock. You don't need that. You don't need that at that time. Big mistake by Valentina Shevchenko.
And now she's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt on her back.
Nunes looking to Conan Silveira in her corner for direction.
She can't just sit here.
Taking her time.
She cannot just sit
She's
here.
got to pull her. She's got to pull her. you know what's going on here? She's kind of trapped, but she doesn't want to give up that left hook. But Valentina's doing a good job of blocking that left hook with her left elbow. Amanda's got to, she's got to take some chances here, but she doesn't want to lose a position, and she did lose it.
She lost it anyway.
But she's going for the takedown now.
Got her hands locked.
Valentina's outstanding with this takedown defense.
I mean, imagine her at 125 pounds.
Oh, she's a beast here, yeah. Look at that.
Great takedown defense by Valentina Shevchenko.
And Amanda's
look at that.
Wow.
Look at Amanda Nunes trying to put an exclamation point on this fight.
And that might do it if she can get off some ground and pound here and do something with this position.
Yeah.
But she's got to advance. She's got to push her down more. But Valentina's got her shoulder and her back right up to the cage now.
She's got to use the fence to get up. Great job by Nunes.
Nice.
Putting herself between the cage and her opponent.
Nice straight right hands there off of her back by Shevchenko. But Nunes' decision to wrestle and go for takedowns here in the 5th could be absolutely enormous.
She's covering her mouth. I would like to see her try to advance position, though.
Yeah.
If she's stuck here in the guard, Big John could easily stand. Well, there's only 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds left in the fight. That was a big statement by Amanda Nunes. Going and securing that takedown to finish the fight on top.
And it's interesting because before that, Valentina was landing more shots. Oh, wow, they're still angry at each other.
They had 25 minutes to fight. They had 25 minutes to fight. You want to fight once the bell's over?
She kicked her off her.
Still some bad blood. Amanda Nunes not happy.
They need 10 rounds.
Yeah, they fought 8 so far. See Amanda Nunes coming over to the broadcast table saying, what are they going to say right now? I just went 5 hard rounds. She had a point to prove, Joe, when it comes
to the
finish.
And she worked hard on that cardio. And we talked about that. Her time at American Top Team, they really kind of re-engineered her as a fighter. She did go 5 hard rounds. Here's the question, though. Was that 5 hard rounds and the takedown in the 5th, is that enough?
I mean, it's just those middle rounds.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable saying she won 5 and Valentina won 4. But I mean, those first 3 were very competitive.
Yeah.
All right, a quick look back. This fight replay is brought to you by Bud Light Living.
Now this is the finger injury. Keep an eye on there. See it right there? And Valentina immediately grabs her finger. And she tries to adjust it like it was dislocated. And then you see her back in the corner. And they're touching it and they pull it. So it was probably just dislocated. And then you see that beautiful counter right hook. And here, moving her head off the center line. Boom! Left hand. Right hand behind it.
You saw it a lot. Shevchenko just barely moving out of the way of a lot of Amanda's strikes.
And there's a nice knee to the body part. And then the left hand here.
It was just Shevchenko throwing more.
Yes.
She just was a little more active in the exchanges.
And there was a big mistake.
Big mistake trying this headlock. Because when you try headlocks, you give up your back.
Yeah.
And then Amanda working very hard to finish the fight on top.
And here's the fight over. And she's yelling at her, and Valentina's kicking her off. Angry women.
It's a great rivalry.
Amanda goes, stop! Afterwards, she gets up and says, well, get up, let's go some more.
Nice display of sportswomanship, if we're going superwoman punch, right? Between Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko. At least in terms of the numbers, if you're a stats person, Shevchenko did outland Nunes in terms of the total strikes, 104 to 85. Significant strikes, 83-76 for Shevchenko. All of those numbers unofficial. The official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. One final time tonight, we turn it over to the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer, who is awaiting the decision. It looks as though Buffer came into the Octagon and then left. So they are double checking the scorecards here as we await the decision. Valentina Shevchenko trying to become a first-time UFC champion. Amanda Nunes hoping to successfully defend the belt for a second time. Looks like the Buff has the requisite paperwork. He wanted to recheck the calculation. Now we turn it over to Bruce Buffer with that official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Tony Weeks scores the contest, 48-47, Shevchenko. Saudi Amato scores the contest, 48-47, Nunes. And David Therry scores the contest, 48-47 for the winner by split decision, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda the Lioness
All right, I'm here with the champ, Amanda Nunes. First of all, Amanda, congratulations on defending your title in a very tough and very close fight. You came up to us after the fight, and one of the things that was very important to you is to show that you could go 5 rounds, and you showed much improved cardio tonight. Was there anything about this fight that was surprising to you?
You know, like I said, my whole interview, I know everything Valentina is gonna bring tonight, you know, and I make sure go to the gym, and I make sure I was sharp everywhere, you know. I knew slowly in the round, she's the one who's getting tired, not me. And I decided with my coach, like at the end of the round, let's take her down. I know she's gonna be tired, and I know I'm gonna get her. And it happened tonight, you know, like my last fight, I apologize everyone, but I was really sick, you know. I know it was 100% to step here. He put it to show for everybody. And then me and my coach decided I don't not supposed to fight that night. And I got back, went to a specialist, giving my CAT scan to the specialist, and he looked at me like, wow, you have to put your work in this thing. If you know it's gonna bother you your whole career. And we started treat, and he gave it to me like antibiotic, everything, and then I'm here 100% tonight for you guys. Thank you so much, everyone here tonight. Thank you.
The takedown in the 5th round was huge, especially considering the fact that this was a split decision. When the scorecards were read and you found it was a split decision, were you at all concerned?
I'm not concerned anything. I know in the last round I'm gonna go to the takedown, and I did, and then take the round for me.
Congratulations on defending your title in an excellent fight. Amanda Nunes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with the challenger, Valentina. Valentina, you're shaking your head. This is obviously a very close fight. A lot of people here feel that you should have gotten the decision, obviously. Give me your thoughts on the fight.
I really don't understand why the victory go to the other side. For 2 takedowns, for all 5 rounds, she didn't hit no one time, not one punch, nothing significant. Look at her face. Her nose is rose. Her nose is red from my punches. And why she's still, I really don't understand. Even when I was on the ground, I hit very hard from the back position, from the ground position. And I really don't understand why.
Did you think that the fight was close at all? And when they were reading it, that it was a split decision, were you concerned?
I think that she didn't win this fight. She didn't win this fight. No one punch, just like these kicks. Easy hard kicks like this. I hit hard. I hit hard. This is the reason why I hit hard. But this one, it's not kicks.
Valentina, you guys had a very close first fight, obviously a very close second fight. Do you think that you guys will do this again?
I definitely will win this next fight. I want this fight, and I totally disagree why this decision go to the other side. I disagree.
All right, how'd you score it? I really want to know. I'm curious. We all know Amanda Nunes is eventually coming back to take on Kayla Harrison, but that Shevchenko fight, that one's still there. Maybe. Why not? If Nunes is going to come back, why not have another one with the Bullet, Valentina? All right, final stop here on Fight Vault. Appreciate you hanging out. Again, scan that QR code if you have yet to do so. It's the biggest no-brainer in all of combat sports. It's UFC Fight Pass, the world's largest combat sports library. at your fingertips. But today, it's at my fingertips, and I'm kind of your tour guide. One fight that we haven't ever played here on Extra Rounds or Fight Vault or anywhere that I can recall is when Anderson Silva went over to a show called Cage Rage, and he took on the infamous, notorious maybe, Lee Murray. If you don't know Lee Murray's story, I'm going to let you dive down the rabbit hole. Quite a story to say nonetheless. But Anderson on the upswing here, doing what he does best. And let's take one final stop here, on Fight Vault, and look at the Spider do things against Lightning. It's Fight Vault on UFC Fight Pass.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at last. The main event of the evening. Anderson Silva and Lee Murray.
Thank all my fans that listen I've stuck behind me throughout my career. Got a big following, big support. They follow me wherever I go, America, Japan, wherever I've got to go, they're with me. So I just want to thank all them, and they're going to get what they pay for tonight. They're going to get a knockout. That's what they pay to come and see Lee Murray knock someone out, and Cejudo is going back to Brazil and back.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? First to enter the Cage Rage Octagon, weighing in at 83.9 kilograms, with a background in Muay Thai and a fight record of 11-2. Representing Brazilian top team, sponsored by Evolution Fightwear, Anderson Silva!
So here we are, Cage Rage 8, Wembley Conference Centre, top of the bill, Anderson Silva, Lightning Lee Murray. It doesn't get better than this, Rob.
It certainly doesn't. What a fight. This fight has been well and truly anticipated as one of the greatest MMA striking matchups of all time. I heard Baz Rutten class Anderson Silva as probably the best striker in his weight division.
This is a man that beat Carlos Newton. You said overcame his ground game, then beat him. That's some feat.
That's right. Anderson Silva fought Carlos Newton in Pride 25. On the ground, Carlos Newton seemed to dominate but could never get Anderson Silva into a sticky position. Anderson Silva fought him off, got to his feet, knees to the head, Carlos Newton out for the game.
And that's a big, big name. UFC veteran as well, Newton.
That's right, fought Matt Hughes for the middleweight title.
Fought him twice, fantastic battles. And for Silva, that's a great scalp. But Lightning Lee Murray again, devastating start to his UFC career. These two men seem made for each other because Silva says, I'm looking for a good fight, I want a war. That must be music to Murray's ears.
Of course, Lee loves to stand up and trade, and that's what I think he'll be looking for. He won his fight in UFC against George Rivera with an armbar. I think he felt disappointed that he'd actually won it with submission, which was interesting.
As you know, Rob, I did a really big interview with Lee just after that. And you're right, he says, preferably I like to bang them out. He said, I feel happier when I knock them out. And then the strangest thing was having the most explosive man in British MMA then offer me a cup of tea. It was a surreal experience, I can tell you.
Lee Murray, Anderson Silva. It's here, it's live, it's Cage Rage 8.
Lee Murray, phenomenal ticket seller as well. They love him round here, and why not?
That's right. A big fan following. He's the rising star in the UK for MMA.
Just like Nigel Benn in the boxing, it's because he delivers a certain type of fight. He wants a war, he lights them out cold, just like Nigel Benn did, and he's developing the same following. It's people like Lightning Lee Murray that will elevate this sport to the level of boxing and get people to realise that we've got something here even more dynamic.
on that note, Malcolm, MMA fans all over the world will know the name Tito Ortiz. Now remember, Tito Ortiz is the man that said he wants to fight Lee Murray. What a name to be calling you out.
Exactly, yeah, that alone will cement your reputation. Tito, the poster boy on the Xbox for the UFC, on all the games, on all the posters, and he said after his loss to Chuck Liddell, I want to spank that English boy. This would be fantastic for us to see, but first things first, Anderson Silva. This is the step for Lee first, and I think you were there, Rob, bad blood at the weigh-in.
That's right, these guys nearly came head-to-head at the weigh-in yesterday. Lee Murray's hungry, Anderson Silva's hungry. It's going to be a good show.
In every species, there is a natural selection, but only the fittest, strongest, and fastest survive.
He looks calm. He said it's another day at the office for him, and it really does look just like that. He's going to work, another day at the office. He's been there, done it, and he said he likes people like Lee Murray because it keeps him employed. He's got a cool sense of humour.
He certainly has. He actually said the same as the other Brazilian guys. Who's Lee Murray? Never even heard of him. I wish there was a Lee Murray for me every week. That way I'm never unemployed. That's a pretty bold statement to make.
Maybe after this he might wish he'd done his research, because his partner, I think, would have wished he'd researched the Wizard.
But you've got to remember Anderson Silva, one of his main training partners and his usual cornerman, Vanderlei da Silva.
You listen to this now, Rob. The roof is going to be raised.
8 kilograms, with a background in mixed martial arts and a fight record of 9-1-1, representing London Shoot Fighters. He's from Woolwich,
Well, the crowd erupts, Rob, with the very name of Lee Murray. Lightning Lad is here. He's in the building.
The crowd are on their feet. They love Lee Murray.
And he's here with us at Wembley at Cage Rage. Undoubtedly the #1 mixed martial arts promotion in the country. It's ironic that his nickname's Lightning, because for promoters, this man is lightning in a bottle. He's a promoter's dream. Oh, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up, Rob. If this stays standing up.
The atmosphere, it's just gone up tenfold. The excitement is all around us. The crowd has pushed forward 4 feet. Everybody's hungry for this one. The fans just cannot wait. What an exciting fight. Two of probably the best strikers in this weight division in the world about to stand toe-to-toe at Cage Rage.
I must admit, Silva still looks very cool. He hasn't been intimidated by this atmosphere. He hasn't been intimidated by this crowd. We said he's a veteran. He's showing his cool here.
They will not allow us to start this fight while you're all standing here like this. So come on, let's get back to your seats. And on! Stand up during it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the vacant Cage Rage middleweight title, and it's of 3 5-minute rounds.
This for the Cage Rage title, Rob, but I think both these guys would just fight anyway, just to see who's the best man. They've both got a reputation. One of those is going to have that slightly tarnished tonight, one way or the other.
Are there any questions for me on the rules? Okay, some points for you.
Anderson Silva looks very, very tense standing there.
If the fight is stale, standing on the
Either
ground,
that or
I'll
very
restart
calm.
it.
It's a hard thing to judge
If I
here.
say stop,
Lee
you
like
stop.
a caged tiger, just prancing there,
Now touch gloves,
waiting,
get back to your corners,
get back
ready
to their
fight.
corners.
Show of respect by both men.
Half of that crowd now, it's about to happen. You can't keep them sat down, they've tried, they're jumping straight back up.
Anderson Silva, Lee Murray, KJJ.
When's the last time you saw something like this at boxing? The crowd so energised.
Both men to the centre of the cage.
Anderson Silva very focused. I think maybe that was a bit of bravado saying he hadn't heard of Murray.
Yeah, he seems to be pretty aware of what Murray's capable of.
The distance he's keeping says to me he knows. He knows.
Oh, good kick by Silva. He's rocked Lee Murray and follows it up with a good strike.
Yes, right on the button there from Silva.
Anderson Silva with a good takedown. Lee Murray on his back at the moment. Anderson Silva taking top position. Lee Murray in half guard. Anderson Silva stands back up.
Yes, I think people want to see a stand-up fight. They want to see it. Silva stamping on the feet there. We've seen that so many times. A good move. Shock opening there, Rob. Shock opening.
Silva again looking to hook the leg for a takedown.
Test of strength here for both men. There's that stamp again.
Again with a stomp. Oh,
we missed
the cage.
That'll hurt.
Both men tied against the top of the cage. Anderson relentless with those stomps.
Yes, a shock start here. Oh, he missed again there. Murray moved the foot. Still looks very cool and calm. Maybe Grant will separate them in a second because apart from those stamps, nothing else going on at the moment.
That's right, they may get pulled apart.
Well, an explosive opening by Anderson Silva. And yes, a back time Grant. This will suit Murray. He still looks cool. Still looks very cool. Will the bombs start flying?
I think the first kick may have just caught him off balance. I don't think it hit him as hard as we originally thought.
Good right hand counter to the low leg kick.
Murray looks composed.
So we must ask, does Anderson Silva? Nice short right hand, just out of range. Anderson skipping away. Good low kick to the back of the knee. Murray stalking there, looking for the big right hand that he's famous for.
Oh, almost a slip by Anderson Silva. He went too far forward.
Short left there, didn't quite land clean from Murray. Silva skipping away. He knows about this man. He's keeping his range nicely, doing the sensible thing.
You can see Murray looking to pick that shot, waiting maybe for the counter.
That's what I agree with you there, Rob. He's
Again,
looking
a
for
good
that.
kick by Silva and a good knee.
And another knee on the inside there.
Anderson Silva throwing some very good strikes at the moment. Lee with a retaliation. Silva ducks underneath. Again, Anderson Silva looking for the takedown.
Good sprawl by Murray though. Good sprawl by Murray to stop that.
Anderson Silva moves to his back. Lee Murray's in the guard position. Anderson Silva holding Lee Murray into the guard.
He's a cool customer, Rob. You've got to hand it to him, this Anderson Silva.
Murray picks him up and drops him down. Good technique by Murray and a good show of strength. You've got to remember, Malcolm, Anderson Silva's been in there with some of the top fighters in the world, and he's in there now with Lee Murray. Both these guys renowned strikers.
Yes, I think from the way he kept his range upright, Silva had done a bit of homework, skipped out the way, threw those kicks. Those kicks were a nice setup for his attempted groundwork, but Murray was onto it the second time.
Lee looking to break his hands free to get those shots in. I think we might see him stand back up and pull away. Silva's got the ankle. Lee can't afford to let the leg tuck in. He does the right thing, pulls it back.
Good duck by Silva, that was lucky. Silva saw that early because that was a booming right hook.
Lee Murray to his back again. Anderson Silva trying to throw those body shots. Up and down.
I've got to be honest here, Silva's already earned my respect. Saw that right coming, ducked under it. As you said, a seasoned campaigner, knows his way around this cage. Well, what a first round. Not how everybody expected, that's for sure.
Explosive from Anderson Silva. I thought the first kick caught Lee a little bit harder than it actually did. I think it was more Lee off balance when the kick actually connected. He had his guard up well. I don't think it connected as much as we thought it may have.
But overall, Silva showed his credentials here, didn't he?
He did. There's the kick. Yeah, Murray just got caught off balance. He had a good high guard.
But a good right hand followed straight up. Silva looks for the openings, exploits them. Murray's got to be on his guard. This is a man that's been around and showing it. So, end of the first round. I've got to be honest, in terms of aggression and the way things went, possibly Silva, maybe a draw.
I'd possibly go for a draw on that one. Lee, as you know, always brings aggression to the cage. Very aggressive. He seemed to be okay on the ground. He's working well. Silva not quite showing anything too much. And Silva has a bit of a lump underneath his left eye, I believe.
So here we go, round two. Not the first round we thought it would be, but nonetheless still very exciting. Will Lee Murray land cleanly? Then we'll see what Silva's made of. That's the key to me. So here we go, round two. Very close first round. Silva earning respect there. Very calm looking customer. Yeah, Murray aware of that kick now. He didn't get caught the second time. He certainly wasn't going to get caught there. And again, blocked it well. He knows now, Murray's alert. He'll look to counter, I feel, next time. As that kick comes in, step forward.
Nice. Good step in with the left hook. The distance is getting shorter and shorter between them.
This will suit Murray, I feel. There we go again. Silva split. But he did a
knee by Lee Murray. Both men just trading blows.
That's what the crowd wanted to see.
Anderson Silva's taken a couple, and they move to ground. Good stand up by both men.
That's what the crowd wanted to see there. Good knees in there from Murray as well at the same time.
Anderson Silva's trying to work a submission at the moment. Lee Murray stands back up. Will Lee step back and allow him to back to his feet?
I don't think Silva wants to go back to his feet at the moment. He's making it clear that's where he wants to be. Murray's having none of it. Silva's making a statement here. I think those punches hurt him earlier. I think they hurt him.
I think he took a couple of hard shots from Lee.
Clever thinking though, that gave him time to recover, clear his head. Again, kudos there to Silva, but I think that exchange, Lee came off better. He'll have gained heart from that.
A good jumping high kick by Anderson Silva. He made the mistake of slipping to his back.
Murray's blocking them as well now. They're not as effective. If I was Silva, I'd change that game plan. He's setting himself up here each time. That's the last two times he's been in a compromising position because of that kick.
That's right, Lee's fully aware of him now. His defence has got a lot better. He's blocking those kicks. Those kicks aren't getting through at all.
The next stage for Murray is the counter as the kick comes in. So as the man is coming forward, the counter's landing. That's got to be the next step. Silva working the legs there. Murray biding his time.
Both these men are shortening the distance between one another until they can strike. And there's Lee with a good right and a good kick by Anderson Silva.
Followed by a sharp left hand as well. We knew he was no mug, he's proving it now. Again, the stamps there from Silva. Murray throws him though.
Murray looks comfortable there. I think he's going to hold position until they stand.
Yeah, Silva talking to his corner there, very cool. Let him come up, Lee, it's worked for you before. Yeah, here we go. Grant will stand him up. Murray knows what he's doing here. Lee's cut, I think, by the temple though, from that last roundhouse kick. Right temple, high on the forehead, not too much problem there, but it is bleeding. And he followed with a very nice left hand there, Silva. There it goes again. That's where the blood's trickling from. Lightningly, Murray cut at the right temple from that left roundhouse. I don't think it's too dangerous though, Rob, is it? It doesn't seem to be bleeding too freely.
No, it doesn't seem to be dangerous at all. But those combinations are proving effective for Silva. He's using the left leg to come up and then he's following it with a right hand.
And it's a very stiff right hand as well.
Lee seems very aware of it now. Again, those leg kicks proving to be effective. Every time Lee tries to come forward, Silva's just pushing him back with those leg kicks.
Yes, they're working hard now, those leg kicks. They will slow Lee down. He needs something here. Good round for Silva, this. Luckily, the blood's not flowing into Lee's eyes, coming away from it. Good round for Silva.
End of the second round. I've got to say, the beginning of the round, definitely Lee Murray. Started to balance himself out a little bit as Silva started to throw combinations.
I mean, for most of the time, Murray was aware of that left leg, but he still got through 2 times in the round.
See Lee with a couple of good strikes there. Goes down well.
There's the knee that I told you about. It's a good exchange, this one. But again, after having sussed out Silva's style, he took those 2 kicks late in the round, and Silva capitalised by coming through with the hands over the top.
Here
it comes. Luckily, he fell that time. But he's got to be careful because he follows with the hands strongly, and he took that second round. Murray needs a big third round, or preferably a stoppage. He really needs it. Can this crowd give it? He's got to go for it. There's no problem with the cut, you can see clearly. But this is what Silva does well. He stalks him. There it comes. That's what cut him. Then the right and the left afterwards. Uses that leg to set up the hands. Lee needs a big, big round.
Again, both men walk to the centre of the cage, almost toe to toe.
Silva, those kicks, he's growing in confidence, Silva. Lee taking them, but it'll slow him down. He's got to work back as well. I'd like to see him get those hands going, make use of the while they're upright, and get those big bombs going. He needs something big here, Lee. Silva sprightly. That's the difference. When you take those leg kicks, you become flat-footed. Look at Silva, sprightly. He's taken no leg kicks from Lee, bouncing around, looking to throw that kick again and follow with the hands. Lee very flat-footed. Those kicks take the toll on the most conditioned of athletes. This would suit Lee Silva trading, but he's really going for it.
A good combination of kicks. A very good combination of kicks there.
They're trying, Rob, the crowd here are trying their best to raise Lee, but surely they couldn't have expected this. The way Anderson Silva is dominating at the moment. He's dominating. So again, stalking, but I'd like to see Lee throwing more, doing more. He's looking to counter. He's obviously looking to counter, but his legs have been taken from those kicks. His legs have been taken. Here you go. You see, this is the difference. Silva is now sprightly on his feet, and he hurt Lee there. He hurt him. He hurt him. This could be it. This could be it.
Lee's taking a good few shots there, Malcolm.
This could be Silva here. Grant Morton's looking in. Lee really needs to tuck in. That shot hurt. And it's because Silva has taken the legs. He's taken Murray's legs.
It's the front leg left of Lee Murray. Silva has just been hacking at it and hacking at it.
He's bloodied, he's hurt. Silva's taken the legs away. Lee really needs to pull something out of the bag here. He's capable of it, but he needs to land clean. He needs those clean shots. The crowd again trying their best to raise it for him.
Again, Silva with another high kick.
Good movement from Silva. He's taken the legs, he's worked hard at that, and then he's working high afterwards. Lee's flat-footed, Silva's on his toes. This is hard times for Lee. He really needs to pull something out of the bag here. And that's what I think Lee's looking for now, to lure him in so one lands hard on the way in. That's the winning shot for me so far. That's caused all the problems. Lee's mobility has been taken by this man. He really needs to hit him hard. I think he's looking to lure Silva in and then counter and land a big punch. He really needs it.
Lee Murray moving well around the cage. Trying to look for that distance, look for those shots.
We know he can finish it, he needs to, because that front leg has taken a battering. There you go, he's starting to limp now. He's feeling those.
Starting to take the toll on Lee Murray's front left leg. Taking those shots from Anderson Silva, he's just chopped and chopped at it.
Now see, when that right leg comes, he needs the big right hand counter. As it comes in, he needs to step into it and land the big right. Not away from it, into it, there. He needs to step in. Easier said out here, don't get me wrong, we're just commentating, but he does need to step into his man and then get the full power behind it. This is what all he can do now. I said it's so easy for us in the commentary position.
Anderson Silva's bouncing around well.
But he's done his job. He's taken Lee's legs.
Lee's
the crowd going crazy again now. What support. But I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Time's ticking away for Lee now. He needs a big, big finish. Can he give us the fairy tale ending? Can he give us that one punch? Silva, he doesn't need to worry about this. He knows he's got it in the bag. He knows he's got it in the bag. He doesn't want to get drawn into one of those big punches. Lee needs to step in. He really does need to step in with it now.
But you can see Lee is dominating now, the stand-up. Silva on his back foot, Lee's pushing forward. Anderson Silva's just keeping back slightly.
Because I think he knows he's got it in the tank. Lee needs to force the issue and really hurt him now. He really needs to hurt him.
Anderson Silva with a good takedown. Both men to the ground. 3 rounds later.
I think it's Silva. I think Silva's got this. I really do. Polite applause from the crowd, but he took his legs, took his heart. Yes, it's all gone very quiet here. Anderson Silva, to me, Rob, has done a professional job.
Yeah, great win for Anderson, possible win for Anderson Silva. See how the judges score it. We're not officials. We don't do the cards.
But very cool. Had a game plan, stuck to it. Take the Murray legs, stop the mobility. You stop the hands when you take the feet. He had a game plan that he really worked on.
He took a couple of Murray shots early, and I think he knew. Good strike from Anderson Silva as we look at the replay.
Well, I don't think this is going to be the result the crowd like, but fair play to Silva. What a game plan, what a cool customer.
In the middle then, guys. Very, very good fight.
Bit of disappointment for this big, big crowd here at Wembley Conference Centre.
You look at the replay.
That was a good shot, Rob. That was a very good shot there, and that hurt Lee. He tucked up well afterwards. But my honest belief is that when he took Lee's legs, he negated his hands, and Lee never came to terms with that in this fight. never had the opportunity to land those big punches because he was flat-footed. Here we go. I don't think they're going to want to hear this.
We have a winner by unanimous decision. Your new middleweight cage raised champion, Anderson Silva!
What else can we say, Rob? Obvious decision in our books.